It's when your eyes open up. You say your heart finna close up. That's why you went ahead and broke us. Oh yeah. I know the vibe's been on. Girl, my pride's been gone. Don't let that time be lost. Oh yeah. Don't come for me right now. I can feel every bit of your doubt. Yeah. I don't ever throw in no towel. Yeah. Can't give up right now. Can't give up right now. Can't give up right now. But still the vibes been on. It's when your eyes open up. You say your heart finna close up. Still can't talk about how bad the time. Still can't talk about how bad this wine. Still can't talk about your love decline. Still can't talk about how bad I mind it. Still can't talk how we can't rewind it. Hop off my throne just for you, your highness. Hop off my throne for you. Hop off my throne just for you, my baby. Hop on the road, baby, with you I'm racing. Tell me I'm the one for this bag I'm chasing. You my little girl, know your dad gon' hate me. Do that little thing, girl, it got me going crazy. Pick up them legs, girl, you know it's my favorite. Turn that ass around and enjoy that lace. Put your face down till your legs start shaking. Oh yeah. But still the vibes been off. That's when your doors open up. You say your heart finna close up. I know.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you're all having a great Saturday. I had to play that song of my son's because I don't know, something happened with the last stream I did when I played my intro. That is my son's song. I got copyright struck for the first 40 seconds. It's my son's song, so it's weird. But I didn't want to play that until I edit out the first 40 seconds, which is no lyrics. I don't know. So I just played that is also my son's song. So let me say hello really quickly to everyone. My Vera, hi, so good to see you. Oh, sorry. You can hear sorry. I have my phone right there. My Vera, Mama Goose, how are you? Celia, my New York sister. I understand the bushes are safe. Rabbit of Chaos, how are you, my girl? Kelly, yes, I'm so glad you got a notification. I know sometimes, you to be disrespectful. Fannie Mae, how are you, sweetie? I say hi to my Rabbit of Chaos, right? Hey, Bliss, Chris, how you doing? Thank you. Yeah, that's my son's song. So I have been replay crew for the last 3 because I'm so sorry. I know, like I said, YouTube is disrespectful. I know, Vera. How long have I been playing that intro, Vera? For years. Like I think since I started my channel. It's so weird, but yeah, that was the only one. None of the other ones have ever. I play my intro every single live, and that's never happened before. So, hi everyone, how are you? Is my hold on, my camera looking a little hazy. A little hazy there. Oh, my damn camera. It's looking a little hazy. That was weird. So, yeah, so I don't know what is going on. Why does it? I think it's just the sun. Yeah, it's the light, guys. Sorry, it's the sun. Yeah, it's the light. Let me try to move it a little closer. Don't drop. I don't know, guys. It's not my camera. It's the glare, because when I put my hand over it, it's the glare of the light. So freak. Sorry about that. Hey, my Stanley Cup. How you doing, Showity? I know I am gonna fight it because it is my son's song, but but I didn't want to chance it now because it removes the whole chat. So for the replay crew, the whole chat will be gone. Just because I had to edit out those 40 seconds, my whole chat is gone. So until I get it resolved, I don't want to play that intro, and then I have to remove it, and they keep removing my damn chat. The chat is an important part of a channel. So anyway, I know, finally, we finally have the sun. Hey, sunshine state of mind. I know the sun is being so disrespectful. Hi, Tammy. So good to see you. Welcome. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Victoria. Oh, look at these earrings. My Chronic Space made these for me. And these are the my logo that I've used for years. It has the crown and it says selfie. So I am wearing them. Thank you, my Chronic. She got me these for my birthday and for Christmas, because it's 5 days. So I wore them today. They're handmade. She made these by hand and it says selfie. So I love them. So I wore them, did the pink with the earrings, whatever. Okay. I know it is brick. It's brick. It's brick. It's really cold. But I just rather that than the damn snow. They are cute, aren't they? They're so beautiful. I'm so appreciative. She asked me which logo, and I've used this logo like in the corner of my StreamYard. I'm not paying for StreamYard because they raised their prices. It's like extortion, in my opinion. So when it was $25, I had no issue. $40, like I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I used my Color Pop, a like neon 5 pan. Love you, Papito. Um, a neon Color Pop like 5 pan palette to do the pink, and then I used a Viseart, one of their matte palettes to do the gray. So that's what I did. So thank you very much. Always got to talk about the makeup, the makeup. Hey Teresa, how are you, my girl? I get it. I get it. Okay. So I wanted to talk about Victoria. I did link your favorite villain. She's doing a whole series on Victoria. She's gotten through episodes 1 through 6. 7 is the last episode she's working on, and that's like she said it's the longest because it contains a lot of sensitive subject matter, like her children and all this stuff. So she's making sure everything is correct. So I did link in the description of this video her series, episode 1 through 6, because I think it's extremely important. Yeah. And I haven't really spoken about her on this channel. I also want to link, I'm not sure if I did already, SauceeChicken Raquel BG. She's done 2 recent videos on Victoria, and anybody that has been here knows I like her. I like her a lot. I am definitely a fan, and I like her point of view. So if I didn't, I thought I may have. If I didn't link her, I will link her after. I think I did. Yes, I did. The 2 videos she did recently on Victoria. So I did a little video that I want to show you guys. It just because I want to talk about addict behavior. Because I've seen your favorite villain and a lot of people talking about addict behaviors, and some people misconstruing what addict shaming and holding people accountable is, and there's a difference. Hey, that Amber chick, how are you? So good to see you. JJ, my girl. How are you, manita? Oh my God, I'm so happy to see JJ back in chats. It's like a breath of fresh air to see my JJ. But so yeah, a lot of people get that confused. Addict shaming, in my opinion, and again, people are entitled to their opinions. I don't think stating facts is addict shaming. I think addict shaming is when somebody's in recovery and you mock their past addiction as a dig at them. I think that that's the difference. I don't think calling out somebody's behaviors or somebody being in active addiction is addict shaming. You're stating a fact. These things are realities. Again, when you use it to take a dig at somebody because you know that they had struggles, addiction struggles in their past, and they've openly stated that they're in recovery and they've given you no reason to doubt their recovery, and you still call them crackheads or whatever you call them, booger sugar, all this stuff, that's addict shaming, in my opinion. But hi, Tara K. How are you, sweetheart? So I want to play this video. I put it unlisted on my channel because I just got some of the definitions. Again, I just looked up the simplest definitions. There may be other sites that have better definitions. So, but before I, sorry, excuse me, before I go into that, I just wanted to play this video. I wanted to talk about some definitions of what accountability is, of what addict shaming is, and the 12 steps because the 12 steps are very important in recovery. And again, these are the 12 steps of NA, but I was never, well, I did try NA. It just wasn't a right fit for me. So I tried recovery groups, which was a better fit for me, but they still, um, their foundation was the 12 steps. And the 12 steps originated in AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. And it's the same principles, So I wanted to share that and a little clip that I got of Victoria because I think it is important. So let me see if I can find my video to my video. Of course, I don't know. It's here on my mobile device, but I can never find it. I have to go into my studio. Sorry, guys. Give me a second to find it. Okay, content. Just give me 1 second. I can't do anything. Okay, and I had recorded on February 5th. Victoria did like a Q&A, and I had caught like 45 minutes of it, and then I caught 6 more minutes of it, but it was like 3 hours, and I gave up because I was screen recording it, and I was like, I give up. So I downloaded that too, but I'm not going to play that right now. I'm just going to play this. And again, I know some people don't find reading stuff. I don't know. Some people don't like when people read things off. I just put it up so that you guys can see it and visualize it, and people on the replay, crew can pause it and read it. So hold on. Let me share my screen. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Shadell. How are you? Welcome, everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody who came in. Okay, I think I said hi to everybody. Yes. I was at a religious mission. All I had to do was pray. Drug addiction is just a sin. Certainly knew something more was needed. And when you see the 12 steps, it does use God, but a higher power doesn't necessarily mean God. Okay. I don't want people to think it's not a religious thing, it's a spiritual thing. Because for a long time in our addiction, our DOC was our higher power, right? It controlled us. We worshiped it, so to speak. I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody's beliefs, but it was about finding a positive, higher power. And for some people, that may not be God. It may be a sponsor. It may be your best friend. It's somebody who helps you. Somebody that it's a force greater than ourselves, basically. Oh my God, I hate it. Some people hate the clicking, but I can't help it because it's annoying. I'm so sorry. I know it's annoying, but I can't help it. Okay. So oh shit. Let me turn off my camera first. Sorry guys, give me 1 segundo. Okay. Because I have to get close to the camera to read it, and I don't want to be all up in your faces giving you guys nightmares, jump scares and all of that. Hey, Mikey. Thank you, Vera. Hi, Triple Threat. So good to see you, Mama. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tara K. I know I thought it would be too much because, when you do a dramatic eye, well, not you, but when I do a dramatic eye, I feel like if I do a dramatic lip, it looks too much. But then I was like, I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? Who cares if I do too much? I'm in the house. All I'm going to do is after this, I'm going to remove my makeup and I'm going to cook dinner. So, yeah, I could go over the top for YouTube, but usually if I were to do an eye like this, I would do a neutral lip. But I went all out because it's YouTube. Again, I'm not going anywhere. I know I always do. You keep Vera. No, you do not, girl. This is Victoria, Mikey. Hi, Fight Like a Girl. Thank you for discussing addiction behavior. Just because addicts stop using does not mean the behavior stops. Victoria. Exactly. And I think it's important because I saw your favorite villain and other people that said Victoria and Lori they still have addict behaviors. And some people got highly offended. And all that means is that their behaviors haven't changed. You know, if they're abstaining, but their behaviors are the same, you know. So I wanted to talk about that. So I'm going to play this video really quickly and then we'll talk about it more. Okay, so what is the beginning? Okay, yeah.
Still stuck on the tire somebody bought you a year ago.
I just asked for proof of that. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't even know who said that.
It was somebody said her mom. I don't fucking know, dude.
Paid $550 for your tires?
That's not true. There's no way. I've not had new tires on my car. Hold on, wait.
You just got
how long ago did we put the tires on the car?
That was just last year.
Yeah, exactly. And not a goddamn person on this app helped with that. Somebody's saying that a year and a half ago, their mother gave us $550 to put tires on my car.
No.
So I want proof of that.
That, how come?
Some of y'all that I've let in on the secret so far have asked me to make a wish list for my business.
Same excuse, different yeah.
Whoops. I left that first part just to show you that this is a pattern of behavior for her, okay? But in that last one, she said that was February 5th. Somebody came in and saying, hey, my mother helped you with your tires. And she said, no, but that didn't happen. So listen to what she said. This is from Your Favorite Villains series. This is episode 5, Scams and Begging. Again, I linked all of the episodes. I think it's a great watch. I'm anxiously waiting episode 7.
Imagine that.
But again, if you weren't in my Instagram live, the person that helped with the tire was in my Instagram live. I didn't have groceries.
So on February 5th, during her Q&A, right, that she was going to be open and honest, February 5th, we're still in February. And the problem with Victoria is that she wants everybody to stop bringing up her patterns of behavior because she's clean now. She says she has over 300 days. The issue she doesn't seem to understand is that her behaviors have not changed. Again, that Q&A was from February 5th. And she denied somebody helping her with tires. And I guess she was technically right. It wasn't somebody from TikTok. It was somebody on IG that helped her. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not trying to shame people that get help because I've gotten help years ago, but it's about the patterns of behavior. It's about the entitled attitude. It's about not thanking people and instead denying ever having gotten help and telling them that you don't remember it. That's not accountability. When somebody brings up something she's done, she says, I don't remember it. It was in my addiction. That's not an excuse or a reason.
Reach the pack of lunch because again, I'm a patent for one. I haven't got paid yet.
Okay. So that was just to show you why we're discussing Victoria again, because she hasn't seemed to understand that being accountable and saying, yeah, so people helped me. Yes, I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys. And some people don't understand how simple it would be to take accountability for mistakes. We all make mistakes. I've made many mistakes on YouTube and off YouTube, but I won't sit here and deny them and deflect from them. You know, I own everything I've done. If I say something in private, I'll own it in public, you know, and I don't do real life. I don't. I wish somebody could show me real proof where I do real life. It doesn't exist. So, and if you create AI generated, good luck with that. So anyway, hi, a sassy nerd girl. George, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And you're right. It was Q&L, questions and lies, or Q&D, questions and deflections. Like she did not take accountability at all. And then she, in my opinion, was emotionally manipulating. She used the death of her bearded dragon. So, and again, if you're doing a Q&A, right? Q&L, you start crying about losing a pet and that you don't have enough money to cremate them and all this stuff. It seems manipulative. If you're coming to be transparent and honest, it seems like you're trying to emotionally manipulate people to go easy on you because you're dealing with this loss. And I get it, right? Your lizard was your pet. I get it. I'm not diminishing that. My brother has snakes and lizards and he loves them like the way we love our dogs and cats. So I get that. But it seems like deflection. Thank you, that Amber chick. I never would. Never, ever would. I talk crap on YouTube. Yeah. Privately, I vented to my friends. I thought people were a few B words. Yep. And some of them, I don't feel like that anymore. And I've apologized to them. Some of them I still feel like are B words. And I'm not fake. I won't smile in your face. If I don't like you, you'll know. So, yeah. Oh my God, Shadell, when she cried, I'm telling you, if you guys haven't seen your favorite villain series, again, it's linked in my description. She cried like lagrima, like you know how kids cry like like that. She was crying like that because it was her husband's birthday and a grown man, and she went to the store and didn't have enough money, or she said some story. Again, she's lost her wallet more times than I can count, because she didn't have enough, and because she lost her wallet with like $1,000 in it. Girl, bye. So yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, what is the meaning of addictive behaviors? Okay, an addictive behavior is compulsively engaging in the same behaviors we will refer to as it, despite having negative or harmful consequences to your well-being. So they're still doing the same things that are detrimental to their lives, even if they're not using their DOC. So that's what that means, addictive behavior. You don't still have to be in the grips of your addiction to exhibit those same behaviors. That's the difference between abstinence and recovery. Recovery is working to change those behaviors. Okay? So, which may include physical health, friends, family, romantic relationships, sex drive, risky situations, legal issues, financial concerns, academic challenges. Okay. Defining accountability. Accountability is taking responsibility for your actions or holding another human being responsible for their actions. It is about the action, not about the individual. When we hold ourselves or others accountable. And that's the thing. So addict shaming, right, is more about condemning somebody personally. Like you're trying to demean them. Oh, you crackhead, you know, that. And being accountable is something totally different. It's about the actions. It's about their actions. It's about their behaviors. It's not about the person. I'm in recovery, but my recovery is not my personality trait. Like when I meet people, I don't say, hi, I'm a recovering addict. I say, hi, I'm Cindy. Nice to meet you. Some people, their recovery is their whole personality. So I don't understand that either. It's a little weird. Hey, Sophie, my girl. I'm sick of work wanting me to do work at work. Love you, my girl. I understand. Sorry, it takes so long. Okay. Shame is name calling, put downs. You're a bad person. Accountability is you're not doing your job. Often when we hold someone else accountable, they view it as shaming. You can hold someone accountable without name calling or demeaning, but with direct and respectful language. If it taps into a place of shame for the other person who then reacts negatively, keep in mind that you are not responsible for their reaction. Okay? Accountability is hard, and asking others to take accountability for their actions is even harder. Asking someone to be accountable does not guarantee they will be. And therefore, it is essential to remember that when you hold someone accountable, it is not your job to make them come forward, as it is their responsibility to take accountability and come forward. Inviting someone to make a change and forcing their hand are two different things, and often the latter can lead to shame. Accountability involves empathy, responsibility, humility, and growth. Accountability is not comfortable, especially when it is done on a public platform or within a community. Calling someone out who has done something objectively wrong as a way to hold them to higher standards in the hope that they fix their mistakes and grow in the future can be messy and can be taken as a personal attack. It can also be It can also be vulnerable for the individual who is asking for accountability. It is hard to hold others and yourself responsible. It takes work, courage, humiliation, emotional intelligence, insightfulness, and empathy. Addict shaming refers to the act of publicly criticizing or stigmatizing someone with a substance use disorder, making them feel deeply ashamed of their addiction, often by portraying them as morally flawed or weak-willed rather than acknowledging addiction as a complex medical condition. Essentially, it's the practice of blaming and humiliating someone for their addiction, which can hinder their recovery process. I have never come on this platform and addict shamed a soul. I've been addict shamed all over the internet. And people that are saying I'm addict shaming Lori Jones, they're a joke, are the most offensive people on the internet, on YouTube. And they currently are addict shaming me and others. It's that is quite hilarious. I have to admit that it's quite hilarious. So I wanted to put it out here so people know what real addict shaming is. Okay, calling me a crackhead every time you refer to me, you're addict shaming me. I'm not in active addiction. You're using it as a way to mock me or try to intimidate me, and you can't cancel me, bruh. So there goes that. Only I can cancel myself. So these are the 12 steps. We're going to go through this quick. I just wanted so people are aware, people that may watch it on the replay, that don't understand these steps. Sometimes people can do these steps multiple times. Some people may get through one of the steps quickly. Another step can take years. They may get through the steps and circle back to another step. So I know, M to the B, girl. Okay, step number 1. We admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, we came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Again, a power greater than ourselves can be God. It can be whatever higher power you believe in, whatever force, positive driving force. Doesn't need to be God, okay? Just want that for people that don't believe in God. 3, we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God. Again, those who don't believe in God, your higher power, okay? Over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, we made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, we admitted to God we admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. And in place of God, you could just put higher power, guys. Number 6, we were entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Number 7, we humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. Number 8, we made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Number 9, we made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Number 10, we continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Number 11, we sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God or our higher power, guys, as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. Number 12, having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to addicts and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Okay, and these are up for interpretation. Again, you can replace God with higher power. It's about a spiritual journey. Recovery, in my opinion, is a spiritual journey. It's finding out who you are, right? Facing your demons, so to speak. Dealing with your character flaws, your character defects, dealing with whatever caused you to be susceptible to a substance or an addiction. An addiction doesn't only mean substances. There's people that are addicted to sex, gambling, food, shopping, money, all these things. So it's important to recognize these things. Hey, Camden, how are you, my girl? So addiction doesn't only mean substances. People usually, connect it with substances, but an addiction is anything that is harmful in excess, that destroys your life, that takes over your life. So I don't know what else I put here. Let's see. Because I don't think I need to go through the 12 principles. Okay, so this just says, what are the 12 principles of NA?
Still stuck on the tire somebody
Sorry.
bought you a year ago.
You guys can read that later. If you could pause to read it. It tells you what the 12 principles of NA are. It lists the 12 principles. So these are just things that go along with the 12 steps, okay? So I'm not going to get into all of that because this is not an NA or AA meeting, but I just thought it was important for you guys to know that. Direct amends when possible, not a blanket apology of I'm sorry, I was in addiction, showing zero accountability, only excuses, and a rush for it to blow over. Exactly. And that's important. Because sometimes people think that they can just say, I'm sorry for anything I've ever done, or I'm sorry to whomever. Like, no, direct amends. And again, you don't want to make direct amends. If somebody tells you, like if somebody has you blocked, they don't want to talk to you, don't try to intrude or cross their boundaries whenever possible. You know what I mean? And you also have to understand that people may never forgive you. You may never be forgiven. That is also a thing. And that is something that we've created in our addiction, right? We've burned bridges, we've hurt people. And if they never choose to forgive us, we can't force it on them, and my issue with Victoria is, guys, there's a lot of stuff, trigger warning, that she's done. She's harmed her children, physically, emotionally, all the things. And her children were removed for 3 years. She recently got the 3 youngest back, I think. And again, watch your favorite villain series so you can see all the things she's done. Number 7 will go further in depth with the children. And some people are upset, like, oh, you're using her past against her. Again, people don't understand. She hasn't taken accountability at all, and people are like, oh, how would you know what she's done? Villain has spoken to people close to her. And I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I have so many thoughts. Don't tell the wife what you and her husband were up to. That's mean. Don't tell the wife what you and her husband. What? I don't understand, girl. Tobacco? Well, yeah, because people are addicted to tobacco, like cigarettes. People do. That is an addiction for some people, definitely. Some people like that start having health problems because they smoke cigarettes and won't quit because it's an addiction. It's harmful, right? If it's affecting your health, and some people even had cancer and still didn't quit smoking, that's definitely addiction. So yes, it can definitely be an addiction. Icky is the worst with that. She is always trying to convince, manipulate, or bully people into liking her. Oh yes, she did. And she was just in with that Melly. She was in with this whole group. They were protecting her and, fiercely. And people just kept saying, hey, just do your research. Nobody's trying to ostracize her from groups, but they're acting like everybody was lying on Victoria. And then I saw it a few days ago. They used the lamest excuse to turn on her, like because she thought that one of them was the Lily that was giving money to Lisa. And she expressed it in the chat like, oh, not for nothing, but I thought you were that Lily too. And that was like, cut your pearls. And they all turned on her. I think that was an excuse, because that's the stupidest excuse ever. Just say that you started watching the videos and you were side-eyeing her, because even people on her panel were like, oh, Victoria's coming up, I have to go, I don't want to be on this panel. Multiple people were saying that were frequent co-panelists with her, were starting to say, I don't want to be up here if Victoria's up here. And it was just an explosion over something really minor that makes no sense. Just be honest and say, listen, we started paying attention. We went and we saw the videos and we didn't like what we saw. She's still not being honest. It was crazy. It made no sense. Their reasoning and being so angry, so irate, and like, it was weird. Just be honest. It's okay. You don't have to like her. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know, calling her a swinger and stuff. And listen, but then they said that they make jokes about it. So are you upset, or were you making jokes about it? And I understand nobody should, you don't want to be called things that you're not, right? But people, if you're going to be on these platforms, you have to grow a thicker skin. Trust me. My skin used to be really thin. And I used to always be like, why people say these things? And there's no why sometimes. There's no why, right? So you either grow a thicker skin, or you might have to take a break or take a step back from social media. I see a lot of people on TikTok. Oh, I don't want to be on YouTube. There's nothing you can do about that. Somebody's going to re-upload it to YouTube. You know what I don't know. It's weird. Insert sarcasm if you slept with someone else's husband. Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen, Linda. Linda. And not only just not taking accountability, but also outright lying or accusing things that happened or that she caused. She can't take any accountability. She's always like, she can't remember is her favorite thing. I can't remember. I was in my addiction. And again, there's a lot of parallels to Lori. Lori does that as well. I was in my addiction when she slept with her cousin. I was an addict. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Lo primos se primen. No, ma'am. No, you knew what the hell you were doing. You know what I mean? Like, and she was in her addiction when all this stuff. No, and Lori's another example. She still has the same terrible behaviors. She lost her children, right? She's supposed to be in sobriety. She lost her children. She's getting evicted. It's these behaviors. How don't they understand that you have to change these behaviors? And again, no one's perfect. No one's perfect, but they accept no responsibility. No responsibility. And me and Sophie, we want to go through actually the series, like go through episodes, because then we could talk more in depth about the things she's done. I didn't want to come here and play all of Villain's episodes, but maybe I should just, would you guys be interested? Yes, weird. It is weird. If I played a little bit of the episode 5, I think is the one that I was showing. Would you guys be interested in seeing a little bit of that? This wasn't going to be a long live. I just needed to come and talk to you guys. And I want to do where we react to the episodes, but I'm trying to wait for episode 7 to come out. Because then I could do a more well-rounded live. You know what I mean? It's just all crazy, man. The problem with her, she doesn't take accountability for actions. As a recovering addict of many years, I take account. You have to. That's the only way you can grow, is acknowledging nobody's expecting perfection. Nobody, trust me. But she lied on Villain. And anybody knows, don't lie on Villain, and she won't have anything to say. She lied and said that Villain posted a fabricated screenshot. Never apologized. Just say, I'm sorry. It wasn't, fabricated. I misspoke. She refused that and then antagonized your favorite villain and basically dared her, like a lot of people do. They dare you, call you a liar. And then when you prove that what they're demanding or daring you to do is the truth, then they want to cry victim about it. Victoria did the same thing. Somebody did that to me. Called me a liar, said that I was lying about them ever using self-harm as a manipulation, forced my hand, so I proved it, and then now I'm weaponizing mental health. Don't bet me or dare me, you lying bitch. I prove it. Okay, toma, here, I proved it. Now I'm weaponizing mental health. I'm a fake advocate. When have I ever set up here like Advocate Cindy? Never. I'm a woman that's in recovery, that speaks about it, that never addict shames people on the internet. But if you're doing terrible, you're exhibiting terrible behaviors, you being an addict doesn't shield you from accountability and from being called out of. I've never once said something offensive and been called out about it and said, don't call me out because I'm in recovery. Like, what? I may relapse. What? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. The hell out of here. Oh, absolutely. And they realized how bad they effed up by fiercely defending and excusing her behaviors, and realized it wasn't going to blow over. They had to find a way out. Not shocked at all. I wasn't shocked either. We all knew it was coming. But yeah. Oh, that's so nice, JJ. Your sweet parents. Yeah, we knew it was coming, right? Because it happens. Because until you take accountability, people are gonna see these horrible behaviors that she has never been accountable for. I say all the time, I have mom guilt. I have severe mom guilt. And I'll always have sorry, I was smoking my vape, guys. Before somebody says I was smoking meth or something, it was a vape, but I had, turned off my camera. YouTube is not as strict as TikTok is with smoking on a vape, but I don't want to, whatever. But I forgot my train of thought now. Damn it, shit. Oh, I will have mom guilt for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Forever having been an addict, been away from my sons. My sons are amazing men, and they've forgiven me. And they were the most important. They still are the most important people in my whole life. So them forgiving me was the most important thing in my life. Of course, my parents and my siblings and my loved ones and my friends and extended family and anyone and everyone that I hurt was important for them to forgive me. But it took time, and I couldn't keep trying to beat it into their heads with my words. It took years, because when I first, first I was lying, right? Pretending I was sober, and would go to my parents' house, and my stepmother would check me all the time. She would check me. Let me see your arms, and and I'm like, I used to get an attitude. I used to get defensive because I knew I wasn't clean. I was faking the funk. Hi, Carrie. How are you? I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play it. But I would get defensive, and I'd be like, I'm clean, and I really wasn't. And then when I finally started recovery, I didn't try to convince her once by mouth that I'm clean. I said, you know what? I'm going to let her see it. I've lied to her so much. I've lied to everybody so much. I can't force them to see it. And it took years. And it took years of her seeing me as a different person, being responsible, trying to do the right thing by everyone. And then her view on me changed. But I couldn't try to beat that into her with my words, or anybody with my words. They had to see it for themselves. And I think that's why Victoria doesn't understand that she keeps coming on saying, stop using that against me. I'm changed. No, you're really not, though. Honestly, she went on a channel or an account. I don't know what it's called on TikTok, an account that discusses recovery. And she wanted them to coddle her. She wanted this man to coddle her. And she was in for a rude awakening when this man was like, no, you have to put the work in. And she was like, yeah, but it's not even a year. And he was like, she tried to excuse it, like, oh, but don't I have to do it at my own pace when I'm ready? He was like, no, you should be doing it now, like right now. And she didn't like that. And she got off his panel, and that's the truth. People truly in recovery are not going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear, And that's what I had to get in my recovery too. People had to tell me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. Because what I wanted for so many years led me into recovery, to addiction, led me into dark places, doing what I wanted, hearing what I wanted to hear, And when I started listening to what I needed to hear and taking the advice of people that were where I wanted to be, that I could see them walking the walk, and I wanted to emulate that. And that's what they tell you early in your recovery. Find people that are in life where you would like to be, that are showing all the behaviors that you would like to have, that are excelling in life, work, family, all of that, and try to emulate that. Fake it until you make it, and it doesn't mean being a fraud and lying. It means mimic that until it becomes a habit. The same way our addiction was a habit, right? We were just in autopilot. So if you can do autopilot to get your DOC, do autopilot until it becomes a habit of doing the right things. So it's about changing. And I think Victoria was also mad when I think the Tracy Lely said she substituted, and she got highly offended. And what I took from that is that the internet has now taken the place of your previous addiction. The internet has become her addiction, where her life is still taking a back seat. She has 3 of her children back, and she's still on the internet most of the time. So you have moved from one addiction to the other. She was so outraged that somebody would say that. She didn't say that you were substituting another substance. You substituted another addiction for your DOC. That's what I took out of it, and that's what other people did too. She did not really say, oh, you're getting high on something else. She said, you've substituted one addiction for the other. And I agree with that. Your behaviors are the same. You're still on the internet most of the time. You have small kids. One of your children was 1 when they left, 3 years. So he's 4 years old. That is a baby. They should be your priority. You shouldn't be on the internet all the time. And I'm not mom shaming saying that. Mothers have the right to be on social media. Mothers have the right to have a space where they can come and decompress away from their kids, all of the things. But you're on the internet most of the day and night. If you're not on TikTok, you're in a Discord call all day and all night. Like, that's weird. That's not prioritizing. I'm sorry. 7 is going to be a little while. Villain has the trial also to focus on and protect her mental health. Right. We completely understand, and we happily wait on that episode. Yes, exactly. Me too. Me too. I'm not rushing her. I'm patiently waiting, eagerly, but patiently waiting. I understand. I can't even imagine all the work she put into that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I understand that. Probably, sorry, all of us have mom-parent guilt because we want to be better. Unfortunately, we do the best we can with what we have during that time. Exactly, fight like a girl. Exactly. Actions are indeed much better than our words. They are. Mere words mean nothing, especially when you were an addict and we were good. We had the gift of gab. I know I had the gift of gab. You know what I mean? I could sell glasses to a blind person. Like, on God, I could. You know what I mean? I was that good. And that's not a flex. I'm not glorifying it. I'm actually ashamed of it. But it's a fact. It's a fact. It's the truth. You know what I mean? I was very manipulative, but I was very manipulative from a kid. I just watched my mother. My mother was a manipulative person. She taught us to be sneaky, never tell what was going on, all these things. Like I've said, she taught us opposite values of what is usually taught to people. Don't lie, don't steal. My mom lie, steal, all of those. And again, my mom could only give what she had. And my mom, Lori Jones, reminds me a lot of my mother when my mother was in her addiction. A lot. The selfishness, just all of it. And I guess that's why Lori gets under my skin as much as she does, because she reminds me a lot of my mother. You know, may my mother rest in peace. I loved my mother. I loved my mother. As children do, still love their parents. But the truth, again, the truth is the truth, right? It's absolutely aggravating watching her be so wrong and so unable to understand why she's wrong. Exactly, exactly. She does want the easy way out. She wants everybody to stop, forget her past without her having made amends to even people on the internet. You know, 3 years ago, I was living in Brooklyn, and I say this for people that are new that may not know. I was living in Brooklyn, and my ex-husband, if you're watching, hey, I don't even think he has a phone, had relapsed 8 years before I left, right? It'll be 3 years in September that I left. And I was living with an active addict. You can imagine all the things that went with it. I would go to work, and what I would bring in wasn't enough compared to what he was taking out. You know, I was always playing catch up. He would take sneakers and take controllers and take TVs and air conditioners and everything. And I was always playing catch up. I would get calls every day. Mom, this is gone. Mom, this is missing. Mom, that. And I would have to replace. I was always playing catch up. You know what I mean? And it was nearly impossible. And people on the internet helped me, bought me groceries, helped me in dangerous situations. And again, the difference is I never lied about my situations. I never lied. I never embellished, none of that. I didn't even want to come and tell that my husband was in relapse until my hand was forced, you know, because people that I thought were my friends were privately planting the seeds. So I outed it first, you know. And so what Victoria and people like Victoria and Lori don't understand is that owning it, being honest, goes a long way for people. Nobody's trying to shame you for ever needing help. It's the fact that you don't have any gratitude. You never thanked people. You told people you're going to pay them back. You would text people or DM people like, hey, can you loan me this? And I don't understand her saying Nathan would donate in the morning. What does that mean? That's your husband. Donate? He would donate to a bill? Just her wording was weird to me. Like, oh, when he got paid or he would donate. What does that even mean? Maybe, I don't know. The wording just seemed off to me. I'll never understand the wording. Your husband is donating? I don't know. Victoria deflects excuses, never personal accountability, classic narcissistic behavior. I agree. She told him she wasn't ready to do the work. Oh my God. Yes, Sophie. Yes. She wasn't ready to do the work. Hi, Tina. How are you? Oh, I'm glad that you're here, Mama. Yeah, she wasn't ready to do the work. That was crazy to me. What the hell? She wanted him to tell her what she wanted to hear. And when he didn't tell her that, she bounced. Okay, thank you. Like, she didn't even stay there and have a conversation to see how to begin doing that. She couldn't be bothered. She was like, that's not what I wanted to hear. I wanted you to say yes when I'm ready. I don't have to worry about it. Don't change a thing, girl. Don't change a thing. What the fuck? Right? Yeah, no. Thank you, JJ. She was. And I would show JJ a lot of it, like videos and stuff, because some of it was so crazy that it sounded crazy. Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, when you're in addiction, it's dark. And JJ has never been an addict, so she doesn't understand from firsthand experience. Her dad, was an alcoholic, may he rest in peace, but she doesn't understand it in that way. And so stories I would tell her, she's like, what the hell? Like, I'm being videotaped while I'm sleeping, like, because my husband was in psychosis. He was, and he'll tell people that. I've never lied on my husband. I love my husband. I love him to this day. If he hadn't relapsed, I would still be with the man. I would still be in Brooklyn had he not relapsed. He was an amazing father, amazing husband. We had our issues, as all people do. But he was my best friend, but it became too much. Became too dark. And so I had to show her, like, he was in psychosis. He said people were coming out of my belly and he would hear voices and see people. And he didn't believe me or my sons that we didn't hear it and we didn't see it. And he would get really angry. Stop lying to me. You tell me you don't hear those voices. I'm like, I don't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking about. And it was really scary and dark, I don't know. Donating plasma for money. Doing whatever you have to do, right? Doing whatever you have to do. Yep. I can't believe instead of making up for lost time, she's only worried about what TikTok thinks of her and her husband. I know. Listen, if my kids were removed for 3 years and I got them back, they would be making up to them, taking them to the park. I know it's winter now, but you can do indoor activities. I don't see or hear any of that. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know. I don't live in her household. I don't know what she does off the internet, but she spends most of her time on the internet. She does, in one form or another. She may not be on TikTok live, but she's in Discord. She's in other people's boxes. She may not be live on her channel, but she's in boxes and all of this other stuff. That's still time away from your family. Now, if at midnight when your kids are asleep, you want to come on a live or do whatever you want during your time, that's fine. But also, your kids wake up during the day. You don't want to stay up all night and then you can't function during the day. It's just about being responsible and prioritizing. And when your kids are small, that time goes by so fast. And she has grown kids. She should already know how fast that time goes. That time goes so fast and you don't get that time back. You don't get it. It's not a do-over. You can't keep having kids to keep reliving it and trying to do it right the next time. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it was dark. It was. I know Vera knows too. Vera was there. Vera was there too. And I'm so grateful. I've had friends here that I've had for 6 years. And lots of people fall out. I've fallen out with people, of course, as people do, right? People move away. Your ideals, your your values just don't align anymore. People try to make it as if it's abnormal when people move away from each other. I don't think there's anything abnormal about that. But I am able to retain relationships with people. And I've had relationships with people for years. you know, and I'm so appreciative of that. And I'm flawed, but I'm not a liar. I'm not. I used to be. Trust me, I was such a good liar. And that was the first thing I had to give up. I was watching Raquel. I'm sorry, I'm gonna play a little bit of villain. I was watching Raquel, SauceeChicken. I love that girl. I do. She's one of my favorites. I wait for her to upload. Like, girl, come on, girl. Need her to do a damn live. Hi, Anita. How are you, sweetie? Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Sorry. It was shocking to me. I've never had an understanding of addiction until I met Cindy. I'm so glad that I now understand so much more about addiction and addicts. Thank you, JJ. Drug-induced psychosis is terrifying, makes you feel so helpless and constantly unsafe. Yes. Thank you. And I did, and I felt not only unsafe for me, but unsafe for him. Like he might hurt himself, you know, thinking that something was coming out of him or something because he had a thing with grabbing knives. Trigger warning. He didn't hurt anybody, but he would be in the kitchen with one in his hand. And so many times I'm like, put that down if one of the kids come running around the corner. You know, thank God my kids weren't little. My youngest was 17, but I'm like, they may not know you're in the kitchen. They might come around being silly. You know what I mean? Like, it just became too dangerous. It just became way too dangerous. And yeah, so I really, really enjoy Raquel a lot too. She's so smart. And she just makes a lot of sense. You know, she makes a lot of sense. I love you, baby. Drive safe. Wear your seatbelt. Bye, baby. Sorry, that was my eldest baby. My sons all leave one after the other. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, let me play your favorite villain really quickly. If I could go back. Okay, hold on. Because it was like mind-blowing. I was like, what the hell? And again, it's not to shame her or like drag her for having made mistakes. It's just like, girl, she hasn't owned any of these things. When somebody brings it up to her, like when I played in that video, she said a woman came into her chat when she was doing Q&A, right? That's when she's supposed to be holding herself accountable, and says, yeah, my mother gave you like $500 for when you needed tires. And she dead ass said, no, that didn't happen. I need proof. And then that was February 5th, 2025. And then Villain plays in her series where Victoria says, yes, the person that helped me with the tire was from IG. And you said nobody helped you with your tire. That's what I'm talking about. Instead of being respectful to this woman and saying, whatever, right? Even I don't remember, but she's like, that didn't happen. I need proof. So disrespectful. Like, why would that woman come in there and say that? You know, some people do troll you, but she has no gratitude. She doesn't, man. She really doesn't. She really, really doesn't. And she still has an entitled attitude. And she says she hasn't asked, and she's asked a lot. It's about the lies. Again, it's not about needing help, guys. It's about not thanking anybody, you know, and blocking people or blowing people off when they like, hey, could you give me that money? She was supposed to make cups for people, never made it. And then when they would ask her about it, she said, I'm sick or I was out. Like, that's your business. They paid for cups and you're just not responding to them, not producing the cups. And one of her mods had to pay her debt out of her own pocket and then went broke paying back her debt. Like, girl, tú estás loca. Sorry, let me just look. That's episode 6. Episode 5. Here we go. Hold on. Sorry, hold on, guys. It has a commercial. Let me let the commercial play. Let the music play. All right, hold on, guys. I'm sorry. All right, I was just looking at my chat. Guys, I don't know why my camera is a good camera. It's this light. Just give me the light. It's the light from the sun. It's sun. What the hell? Get out of here. All right. All right, let me play. Sorry, guys. All right. Hold on. Another commercial. I just rewound it to give me another commercial. Lord of mercy. All right, hold on. All right. Na, 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 na. La, 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 la. Okay. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it in the chat, okay?
39 minutes, and I don't have every clip in there. That's just begging.
You're your favorite villain. She killed me.
39 minutes, no edits, all clips of begging. Wild.
Okay,
That
thank you,
is
Vera.
fucking insane. But boy, am I glad that you did that question and lies live the other day, because woof, God, this episode is going to be so much more fun now.
Yep, I'm telling you, I recorded 50 minutes of it, but it was like 3 hours. I gave up. I still have it. Maybe I'll unlist it on my channel. I'm not sure. I think somebody else may have put it, but I'll put the one I have, the 45 minutes. I'll post it. I'll unlist it. You know, I mean, I'll make it public. It's unlisted on my channel. I'll make it public after this live. So if you haven't seen it, you can see it. But again, it's not the whole live. I will preface it and put it in my title. This is not the whole live. It's only whatever. Okay. But I'll publish it public after this.
So let's get into it. All right, so the first thing that I can find of Victoria begging actually happens to be one of my friends who tried to do the right thing and send her Halloween costumes because Victoria was saying that she didn't have costumes for the kids. And it went something like this. So she messages her and tells her that she found something and thought of the kids, right? She explains what she found. Now, mind you, this is the only conversation that Victoria has had with this individual at this point in time where she's offering her free costumes for her kids. And what is
Doesn't that sound familiar, like Lori, when Psycho Bunny sent her money for 2 costumes for her daughters? Except Lori went and bought 2 costumes for herself and then came on live dancing in the little kid costumes and then said that the costumes didn't fit her daughters. Yeah, because you didn't buy it in their sizes. It didn't fit them because you didn't buy it in their sizes. What the hell?
Victoria do? Immediately asks for money. Shocker. At the time, Crazy Alex was calling Victoria out, so she sends Alex messages about the situation regarding.
In my version of your favorite villain says shock face, mine is Macaulay Culkin.
Victoria. Alex says she just got messages from somebody the other day that said the same shit. Imagine that. Smart. This person was smart. They said that she'd already seen screenshots of Victoria borrowing money and refusing to pay them back. That's weird. This is in 2020.
That's the issue, right? Again, not needing money. You're refusing to pay people back that you asked as a loan. It wasn't even gifted to you. You asked for it. Hey, can you loan me this? And then when they asked for their money back, you ghosted them and all. Like, that's so disrespectful. And now that she says people need to stop because she's been in recovery for 300 days, why not reach out to these people and say, hey, you know, I could send you $5 a month, something in good faith. You know what I mean? Like, we don't expect you to give everybody everything you owe, but in good faith, start saying, reach out to them, apologize, start with an apology. Even that, message them, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the way I behaved. Even if you don't want to accept my apology, I'm sorry. Start with that. She won't even do that. And again, that is what we're talking about. Those are the addict behaviors we're talking about. Feeling entitled, feeling like you don't have to explain yourself or apologize to people who were generous and kind to you and you shit on them. Again, that's not recovery. That's not how people in recovery should behave. We all make mistakes, right? I'm not sitting here with a halo, but I don't act that way. You don't, you're aware, you have self-awareness because you've taken moral inventory. And you know what? Every so often, I have to take a moral inventory again and make sure I'm not backsliding. Every so often, I have to make sure I'm not backsliding into those behaviors. And when I catch myself, I'm like, hey, snap out of this shit. I catch myself. Relapse begins mentally. It begins with a thought. Relapse isn't when you pick up that substance or that DOC again. Relapse is way before that with the thought. and you don't stop it, you don't speak to somebody, you don't acknowledge the thought, and then it starts manifesting into more thoughts, right? And it starts weighing on you, and then you start acting out and all of that. So relapse begins way before you go to the cop man. So, and that's important to acknowledge and understand too.
Okay. Now I say it all the time.
Hey, Lance, my Sir Lance-a-lot. Macaulay Culkin, yes. Or at least admit she owes. Exactly, Tina. Come on, man.
That nobody gives a shit if you're going to come to TikTok once in a while to get some help for something.
Exactly.
The problem becomes when you make it a pattern. In Victoria's case, it was a fucking career. Okay. There is not a single thing on this planet that Victoria has not begged for. Car repairs, Chromebooks, which we now know that the Chromebooks were funded by the school district.
And that's the thing. She asked for things. She lied, right? Theft by deception. Again, Elisa behavior. Theft by deception. Also, Lady Red uploaded a video today. Some recent messages, DMs that came out about Lisa, an audio of Lisa's father calling people that lived in Lisa's old neighborhood the N-word in Lisa's old projects, calling people the N-word, and Lisa DMing, calling people the N-word and the R-word. So I will link Lady Red as well. She did a video today. She was hot. She was mad. So that recently came out. Lisa saying that people fabricated those screenshots of her. Did they fabricate your father's voice as well? You know, I don't disrespect people's parents, but that was out of pocket, the way her father was speaking about people in those projects. It's not their fault that your daughter goes to them to cop. Again, I have my personal feelings about DDs, right? You know, they're helping distribute poison. They have to come to terms with that themselves, right? I can't hold them accountable for that. Karma comes and the police and all that, right? They're not the reason your daughter is the way your daughter is. Seriously. So passing the blame to other people is not going to help Lisa get into recovery. It's not. So I was just alarmed to have heard the things that I heard that man say and to see the DMs that Lisa sent to people, calling people the N-word and the R-word and all of the things. So I agree, Mama Goose, sadly. Oops, what did I do?
So where did that money go, Victoria? Asking for a friend. Her kids' cheer camps, birthdays with the $300 stolen in your wallet. How many wallets have you lost, Victoria? Because it's got to be more than like the 5 of my friends all combined.
Seriously.
All kinds of bills, water, electric, phone bills.
Her phone bill. She kept coming to people for her phone bill. And it's like, how many lines did she have? Like $300. And then she would wait till like the day before it was due or something. Like, girl, what are you doing? Like, budget your shit. Budget your shit. You know what I mean? Again, and I hate to talk about this because people always like, oh, selfie forgets. No, I don't forget when I was doing bad. Trust me. But I was appreciative and I had humility and I came and I thanked people. It wasn't done on a public platform. They privately helped me and I came to my channel. It came public because I came to thank people. Yeah. So when people tell the story, they need to tell it the way it happened. I didn't come and thank people as damage control. I brought it to my channel because I was so appreciative and I had so much gratitude. And I thanked people. I did, genuinely. And they saved my life in many ways. They took me out of very dangerous situations. You know what I mean? With the help they afforded me. And I will forever say that. But you're asking for every expense, your brakes, your tires, your husband's birthday. Girl.
Rocks for the driveway. Victoria, how many times did you get rocks for
Thank you, my Vera. You are the best. Thank you so much.
that driveway that is still a hazard, right? Fixing all kinds of things in the house, right? Everything under the sun, Victoria has begged for. Why not just get a job? Why is that so difficult?
True.
As a matter of
And I had a job and I have one now. Just in case you were wondering.
fact, you're a TikTok affiliate, right? Why not just make the money on the platform that you sit on for fucking free, expecting people to just throw?
That makes no sense. Why wouldn't she join the affiliate program? I don't understand that either. That makes no sense to me. Is that begging to her, but outwardly asking or DMing people isn't begging, but joining a public platform that is built for these things? Like I'm monetized on YouTube. I have memberships, all the things. It's an extra income. It's gravy on top of my mashed potatoes, but you guys are not my mashed potatoes. You guys are the gravy on top. I'm appreciative of it. So why wouldn't she take advantage of that opportunity that's afforded to her? Makes no sense, huh?
Throw money at you.
I get a job. Has she always been like that? Like not work, just expect everybody else to, see her?
This is the voice of somebody. Villain changed their voice to protect their identity, but this is someone that knows Victoria personally. So she changed the voice to protect them.
She hasn't had a job since she has had like a stable job since I was in like.
Comercial, the comercial. Shit.
Why is that? You see, a normal person with like brains and fucking integrity wouldn't do what you've done, Victoria.
I never carry cash either, Mama Goose, and I have a wallet. My son bought me a wallet like maybe 10 years ago, and I still have that wallet because it meant something to me. It was from one of my sons, and so I still have that wallet. I don't carry cash around very often, like maybe $20 in cash, because if I ever lose my wallet, I don't have to worry about losing all my money. And my cards, I could just go, and I have phones or my laptop where I could just shut my card down. It's just safer to carry cards now. You know what I mean? In my opinion, my sons hate carrying cash too. It's just safer that way.
You would go without. Do you know how many people go without and don't get on fucking TikTok and beg?
That's
people
true.
In much more dire situations than you having a drug problem.
Yep. Amen.
And kids to support. They figure it out.
Yep.
Right? What made you so different?
And that was my attitude, that people helped me and for a few years. And Villain and a few people say that people usually say, oh, people asked me to make a wish list. And I used to say that, but JJ, Vera, a few people asked me to make a wish list, and they're here. So Vera even told me, and allegedly used to tell me, can you make a Amazon wish list? And I would make one. And I didn't make one last December because I had been helped enough, right? I had Christmas that people were so kind to me, and I didn't make a wish list. And I think I still have one in my LinkedIn. I got to remove that. That shit is old. I got to remove that. I keep forgetting. And it's not, don't get nothing from that wish list. That's old, guys. I didn't ask this year because I was so blessed. You know what I mean? And enough is enough. I felt like I've been blessed enough. Let other people get the blessings. And I'm not an entitled bitch either. So there's that.
Honestly, and the fact that you don't think that you owe people.
Thank you, Vera. Thank you. I'm not a liar, guys. My friends asked me to make it. So.
Is fucking astounding. Addiction is no excuse, Victoria. A lot of us, when we get sober, we do the work. We pay back. We make amends.
Yes.
But you're not interested in change.
No.
You just want everybody to think that you've changed. And I got news for you, Victoria. You're not even fooling the people closest to you. The one thing that seems to be a very common theme with Victoria in any area of her life is using emotional manipulation, right? She did it when she would beg. She would always cry. Your husband's birthday? Girl, y'all are grown. Exactly. You don't get to get on an app and beg because it's your husband's birthday. Why is that the internet's problem? But then she decides she's going to start making cups and things like that.
This is where it gets really fucked up. This is where it gets fucked up because you're now stealing from people directly. You're supposed to give them a service, provide a service, right? A product, if you will. You're making these tumblers or these cups for people, and they're placing orders, and you have no intention to fulfill these orders. And I think you'll hear Villain say Victoria said she had 40 orders, $30 a cup. Like, girl, all that money and you didn't fulfill any of those orders, and you don't feel like those people deserve an explanation. Again, the apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect. And I say that all the time. The apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect. If you publicly are disrespecting people, that apology needs to be equal or greater value. Come on your platform publicly and apologize. None of that, I'll DM you an apology, but I disrespected you publicly. Nah.
Did not work out well. So I'm just going to reiterate that I'm not going to be showing examples of everything that I have. It would take me forever.
Hey, stand-up guy, how are you? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Sin, how are you?
Okay, so I'm just going to give an example. That doesn't mean I don't have more. Okay, it just means that's what I'm using for this purpose. So this person orders the cup from Victoria. You see the date, March 12th. They talk about details. This all gets done. Money gets sent. Person specifically says they want to make sure that it's on track for next weekend. Now check the date, March 18th and the 20th and the 22nd. Now, mind you, this is somebody that had given her money on other situations and is asking.
So this is a person that had helped her and then bought from her business, right? To help her, but to also, you know, it's fair exchange is no robbery, but it becomes robbery when you don't provide said product.
For it back. Why? Because Victoria always said that she would pay people back. And that's weird. That's weird. This situation goes on and on and on.
I feel the love. How are you? Oh, grandbabies are the best, and trust me, YouTube will always be here. Family, real life is always first. That's why I don't mind people watching on the replay. I expect that, especially on the weekends. Family always comes first.
Weird.
Girl, give me just 1 second. I am trying to take care of O real quick. He doesn't feel good. And I will try to figure out what's going on with that.
You see how she's addressing somebody who she owes an order to, and the first thing out of her mouth was that one of her children isn't feeling well. Why did you have to just make a video? I'm sorry, I'll get the order out to you. This is emotional manipulation, and there's so many people that utilize that.
Okay. But if I don't get back with you within the next hour, message me.
If I don't get back with you about what I owe you in the next hour, message me again. So then when the person messages her, she can ghost them and then act like they're hounding her for it. They shouldn't have to message you in an hour when you don't get back to them about the cup or their money that you owe them. That's not how that works, though, in real life. Like,
it goes on and on.
And me either. When I started watching your favorite villain series,
and on, clearly the person starts pushing back, right? And more bullshit. So the person reminds her, okay? More excuses. I want y'all to understand that there are 20 of these, okay?
20 of these exchanges between 20 people. She's showing you one exchange. Yikes.
Legitimately. Continuing to ignore them. Weird. A week later, okay, she finally responds. It doesn't matter what's wrong with you, Victoria. This is somebody that not only bought products from you, but also lent you money. And it doesn't matter what's wrong with you. You do this to multiple people. At that point, the person says, I've tried to be patient. I'm going to go to PayPal.
Yep.
I'm out of town because I've been sick. That has nothing to do with anything. And she said,
it's a bag of hot Cheetos. My cursor, it's a bag of hot Cheetos. That's what that is. Yeah, I put a bag of hot Cheetos as my cursor, sorry.
Victoria says, I went to send it and it was already out of my account. Gaslight much, Victoria? And the girl says, that's a screenshot of me sending my payment for the cup, right? Clearly, the girl sees a lot of things aren't adding up, right? So what does Victoria do?
This week, we're hosting a free trading and investing workshop right here in Ridgefield Park. Inside this workshop,
Sweetheart, I'm trying to drive, but no, that is not what that is. That is not a payment from your cup. It's not, I promise you. It's where I guess you put in a dispute or something with PayPal.
She's trying to gaslight the shit out of this lady. When the lady showed her the money she sent for her cup, she's gonna say, no, that's not your payment information. What?
And you do that, PayPal automatically takes it out of my account. And I can't pay you something I don't have. And why in the world, even if I did have access to my taxes, which I've already explained to you, I don't. Why in the world would I pay you money for something that you've already got money for? I'm crazy. Sorry, I was sick. I did not do anything. You can ask every single one of my children. I didn't.
You can ask my children? What? Huh? What? That's like me saying something to one of you guys. You can ask one of my kids. Why the hell would I involve my kids? Like, what? Girl, lie you say that. I swear on my mother. I swear on my mother. I swear.
do anything for 5 days because I was so sick. I couldn't even barely raise my head up, let alone do anything.
I know, Anita, I can't either. When the internet is forever, right? Like that's the thing. That's why I don't lie, guys. I don't lie because I'm not good at it. I have a great memory for the truth because that's a series of events. My brain has it stamped in my head as how it happened. So I have the memory of an elephant, but I'm not a good liar. I'm not a good liar. Listen, I can't be bothered to remember lies. Like it just doesn't make any sense. So I don't lie. I don't steal. I don't touch things that don't belong to me. And I don't lie. Those are habits I broke when I started recovery. And I've worked over 23 years to continue to be that person.
Yeah. I'm trying to sort through everything and figure out with PayPal what I need to do. But as far as it looks like,
oh my God, happy birthday, 70. That's amazing. Listen, I'm trying to make it to 70. That's why I quit smoking. I want to be a grandma one day. The rate I'm going, oh, my kids, damn it. They don't want to have kids right now. So, but congratulations and happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
on my account, you've already got the money.
Hey, Victoria, you know what a responsible adult would have done? Shut down shop, stop collecting orders for things that you cannot fulfill.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Now you say I bit off more than I could chew and I was not prepared. That doesn't mean that those people didn't give you the money to complete a service that that you never completed. They never got or got a refund. That's not what that means. If you were not equipped to deal with it, you shouldn't have done it. Period.
Yeah.
But you continue to take orders, you continue to take people's money and give them nothing.
And that's the thing, right? She's telling this lady who's asking about her order, I was sick. So why did you continue to take orders? Why did you continue to take people's money? And again, because she was using and she was trying to conceal it and all of these things. But again, addiction is not an excuse for horrible behavior, right? The people I harmed in my addiction, I couldn't be like, oops, sorry. I was in my addiction. So the harm that I caused you, suck it up, buttercup.
For it while hiding a fucking drug problem and continuing to drive around on the fucking phone. So the girl explains to her.
Right, exactly, Mama Goose. I can forget what I need at the store, but can remember conversations forever. Never lie to me. I'll notice. Bazinga. Bazinga.
That is the payment from March 12th. If it was a dispute, it would show a different date. I have not received a dime from you. Where is the $30 I loaned you and you've given me the runarounds for?
Yikes.
A very frequent thing of Victoria's was, can I just get the money and I'll pay you back when Nathan gets paid or when he donates?
She doesn't care, Sin. She doesn't care. And again, she expects everybody to get over it. I did that in my addiction. Like if that just wipes the slate clean. Again, it doesn't to all the people that were harmed. The slate isn't wiped clean for them. They're left with all these unresolved feelings, unresolved money that you never even apologized for. You don't get to say, I'm over it, move on. That's the past. And that's what the people that she would go on their panels, that Mel person, I don't know that Mel person, okay? I don't know her, but I'm saying just by what I saw, they would say, oh, it's the past. Like, stop using her past against her. What you don't understand is that her past is still her present. It is still very much her present because her behaviors are the same against you, then that's on them, right? Because you've owned it. But Victoria hasn't owned a thing. She hasn't.
But we'll get there. There's the screenshot.
Hi, Susan Dawson. So this is your favorite villain. She's on TikTok and she's on YouTube. And she's talking about Victoria, who is a person on TikTok that had a huge following, like 200K followers on TikTok, and lost that following because of her lying and scamming and begging, using TikTok as beg talk. Virtual panhandlers. So this is a series your favorite villain did on her. And this is episode 5. And it's linked in my description if you want to go see from episode 1 to episode 6. It just shows you these behaviors that we're talking about. And she hasn't changed any of these behaviors.
Okay.
I know.
Victoria continues to gaslight this woman despite seeing the proof right in front of her face. I really hope when you find out I'm not lying, you apologize. Did this girl get her money back from you, Victoria?
You hear what Victoria said? I really hope when you find out I'm not lying to you, you apologize to me for me not fulfilling the order of your cup for me not repaying money that I asked you for to loan to me, and poof, be gone. I forgot I asked for it. But you need to apologize to me.
Still to this day, this is from 2021. This is one person. A full month later, I'm not trying to kick you when you're down, but you have to understand nobody wants to help you because you've screwed all of us over. You have people constantly asking where their orders are. You said you had 40 orders. That's a lot of money when you're not completing any orders. You need to communicate honestly with your customers, and they would be a lot more understanding, but you avoid everyone. Imagine that. I'm trying to do Instacart orders. It doesn't fucking matter, Victoria.
And she blows this woman off. A month later, the lady hits her up and she's like, I'm trying to do Instacart orders. Like, girl, what?
Victoria, what matters is the fact that you gaslight the fuck out of these people and make it about you. It's not about you. It's their money. It is their money that they trusted with you, and you did not do the right thing to with whatever.
Do you need a free, easy way to capture
And
your
Dylan
gameplay?
is like
Introducing
on
Outplayed.
point.
Record anything on your PC.
And then
so things start moving fast from here. People start calling Victoria out. One of her moderators steps in and tries to mitigate the damage by fulfilling some of her orders.
One of Victoria's moderators starts fulfilling the orders herself at her own expense, mind you.
At her own expense, of course. All of these messages are from different people with orders that were not completed or refunded. Some even gave her money aside from that order that they didn't get. And nothing. Not a thank you. Unbelievable. This person says they've given her thousands, and it's always something. Just the 8 people I know were up to $5,000. That's weird. Strange, right? All of these people, but no apologies. Right, Victoria? She blocked me because I asked about my order or my $108.
Wow, she blocked me because I asked about my order or my $108. She blocked her.
These people tried to help you, and instead of you doing the right thing, you spit in their faces.
I can't imagine doing that to people either who showed me kindness and generosity. And that's why these women upset me. Like Lori, the other day, she was demanding a frappe. And do you know that people just came into her live, like never had any like real conversations with her? And they went into Villain's chat saying that she hit them up and asked them to buy her frappes. Who does she think she is to hit up strangers in their DMs like, hey, can you buy me a frappe? Telling them that she, like, I can't. It's insane to me. Insane. And then a woman, Savannah, was actually met her during Christmas when she was working at the Salvation Army, which she wasn't working. She was hanging around, giving up, volunteering selfishly, not selflessly, selfishly, because she wanted gifts. And that's how she got all those gifts. She even took little boy gifts. Remember, she opened these on TikTok. She opened gifts, 9-year-old little boy, like her daughter. You could see little toys set up in the room that were like for little kids, like these firehouse things, like for little kids. So not only did Lori get gifts for her daughter that she opened on live and took whatever clothing items she wanted first, she took toys that were not even for girls. Her daughters are teenagers, little boy gifts. She took them away from other families with little boys in need because she's a greedy piece of shit. And I stand by that. And that's not addict shaming. That's talking about her behaviors, the things she's doing. So I want to make that clear.
Give some bullshit excuse that somebody told you the best repayment that they could give is seeing you sober. Not these people. Multiple orders.
Hi, your favorite villain. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, and I'm sorry I'm playing it, but girl, woof, these women get under my damn skin. But thank you for even stopping by, villain. I appreciate that so much.
People trying to help you get out of the mess that you were creating for yourself and continuing to make worse.
Yes.
What a surprise. You need more money.
Shock
Just another order. Super weird. Unbelievable. It really sucks. This person was out of money trying to fix your fuck ups, Victoria. And you don't.
That's crazy. That her mod that is trying to fulfill these orders, and she ran out of money trying to help Victoria. And the thing is that no gratitude, again, entitled, and then has the nerve to get mad when people say, hey, you need to apologize. You need to make amends. Just forget it. It was in my addiction. It was in the past. No, it is very present because you haven't changed. That shit is insane to me. Insane to me. That's what you call a carifreca. A carifreca. Like, no shame, sin vergüenza, right? Without shame, like, who cares?
I don't think that you owe these people anything. You know, these people that were supporting their family and your family. But you don't owe them anything. That's weird.
I know, Mama Goose, I prefer coffee at home because I used to go to Quick Check and I was addicted to McDonald's frappes too. I paid for my own shit though. I did, paid for my own shit. But I started making iced coffee at home. Like we have an ice dispenser in our refrigerator, got the coffee, got the creamer, and I like it better the way I make it. So make my own iced coffee, make it at home, save money, and I can make it exactly how I like it. You know what I mean? If I want to treat myself and don't want to make it myself, I go, but I buy it myself as well, right? I don't come online or I don't go in my friend's DMs like, I'm so thirsty. Like, girl, get a job.
But look at this. This person never got the thing that they won during the auction for the baby. Huh.
That's terrible. See, you had an auction and didn't fulfill it. That's like me and JJ. We've had giveaways on this channel. And they've always been fulfilled. And whenever we did charity drives, we specified no money was to be sent to us. You sent it directly to the charities like Ronald McDonald House. You send your donations directly to the charity. You send us a screenshot of you making that donation and you're entered into a raffle, into a giveaway of like makeup and all of that. We made sure, especially me, right? Because Selfie's the addict. She's a crackhead. People love to say that. You're idiots. I wanted no money. There's no reason why money has to come into my hand, right? I don't have to play middleman. Send it directly to the charity and just let us show us, email or DM us that you sent it. And for every $25 they donated to the charity, they got another entry in the giveaway. Those giveaways were always fulfilled. And no money ever came to us.
We'll talk about that later on. These people bought your family tons of shit because you were too busy spending the money on the drugs that you would deny doing. These people were hurt by you, okay? Because you used them.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
And that's another thing. She used them, and I keep reiterating it. She had no gratitude. To this day, she doesn't acknowledge. When people bring it up to her, she says she doesn't remember it. I don't remember that. I was in my addiction. Again, that's not an excuse, guys. That's not an excuse. Anything I did in my addiction my addiction is not an excuse for that. And that's why the crimes that I committed, that I'm not glorifying, I don't use that as a flex that I was stupid and went to jail. I say it because it's a fact. My stupidity and going to jail and all of that, I committed crimes and I had to be held accountable. The law doesn't say, oh, she's in her addiction. Sometimes they'll help you get into programs, you know, if you're struggling or whatever. But I wasn't above the law because I was an addict. I still had to be punished for the crimes I committed. I knew what I was doing. I just didn't care. Like the same way I say about Lisa. Lisa knows what she's doing. She don't care. She don't give a fuck. She can't give a fuck right now. She can't. She doesn't care. So but you're still responsible for that. Again, all the harm and hurt and pain you've put people in is not excused by, oh, I don't remember. And that's so disrespectful to them. I don't remember it. Well, they remember it. They remember it very vividly, actually. And that's so demeaning to people that are still hurt behind what you've done to them, not even acknowledging their pain or apologizing or owning it. It's crazy to me.
Electric, food, Christmas gifts, probably about $1,000. You didn't give a shit that these people had families to support as well. But now that you're coming up on a year sober.
My chronic. My earrings, girl. I hope you're feeling better. My chronic has been feeling really sick. Love you, my chronic. But I'm wearing my earrings, my chronic. That is my chronic space. She made these by hand for me for my birthday, and I love them. And I keep them protected in a special package because these were handmade and I don't want them to get messed up. But thank you, my chronic.
Well, allegedly,
Thanks, Stevie.
You just want everybody to forget that any of this ever happened.
Yep.
This person, you didn't care. You didn't give a single fuck. All you cared about is what you could get from who. That person didn't have to do that. That person didn't have to not only give you money to support whatever the hell you were supporting at that point in time, but they also, out of their own pocket, corrected as many of your mistakes as they possibly could. While you sat on the internet, continuing to beg for more money and having a drug problem that now all of a sudden you admit you were in addiction for 3 years, but not then you didn't.
No.
Back then you denied it fiercely, using every excuse under the book, right? Low blood sugar. I've seen them all.
Yep.
They were all you high nodding. All of them. But you don't know anybody accountability? That's weird. As if it wasn't enough that she was publicly begging, she was also hitting people up behind the scenes for an assortment of shit. Never-ending necessities of Victoria. Get up and get a job. You had a huge platform then. Why weren't you using it to make money instead of using it to take money from people?
She had a huge platform back then. Huge.
Never reciprocate a fucking thing. Like you don't even contribute something useful to the fucking
Thank you, Stevie Lee.
in TikTok world. You owe that app. That's a fact.
Yep.
Sorry to ruin your groove. Isn't that?
She does owe them that. And Chronic, I hope you feel better, Mama. I'm so sorry.
For you. This is the one that busted you out with that cash app, by the way.
She also helped Lisa Richard, allowed Lisa Richard to use her donation apps, her money apps, and lied about it. And then when it was found out, this is what she said Villain fabricated. She said Villain fabricated the receipts. That's where she fucked up. Don't call her a liar, because she gonna prove you. She gonna prove you that she's not a liar. And now you caught her attention for real, for real. And then I don't care about you doing a deep dive. I know that she's regretting that every single day, saying those words. Don't dare somebody or demand somebody prove something. And then when they prove it, again, Macaulay Culkin, how dare you?
Why? $1,878. One person. Well, we could do this. Or another one. Or another one.
Yikes.
Or another one. You don't owe anybody anything, though, right? This one? What about this one? This one? I don't know, Victoria. You got accept.
And again, like your favorite villain kept stressing, and I'm stressing, it's not about needing help. It's about never acknowledging it, never thanking people, denying it, all of the things. It's not about shaming somebody for having needed help. It's about the deception. It's about not having any gratitude. It's about all of the lies. It's about saying it's for one thing and it's for another thing. That's the point.
Accepted to the TikTok affiliate program. Use it.
She does speak nothing but truth. Yeah.
Maybe then you won't have to beg on the internet. Surprise. Imagine
Surprise.
That. Hey, Victoria, remember the she shed that you used to have your business in? Yeah. Remember the one you said I wouldn't be able to show one payment?
Yep. She said that Villain was lying, that she never got money for a building. She even used the word building. Show me one receipt of me ever needing money for a building. It says building right here. Bazinga. Bazinga. $90 paid to Victoria for a building.
For it. Where's that?
And be careful what you ask for.
Shed, Victoria. Used to block the driveway so that it couldn't be repoed. Bitch. I got it all, baby. What about this one?
She sure
Did
does.
you ever pay this person back, Victoria?
Sure.
Ever? Nothing like a dry bag on Snapchat, though.
Snapchat.
Imagine that.
Yo, Snapchat. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Yikes.
Imagine that. Just so everybody knows, this is typically what happens when you try to ask for money back. I hope you're doing well. This person was even right. Weird. But look at that excuse. You're right. And when I have felt like messaging you, I would have. But this is now the third or fourth time you came into my lives to try to cause some shit.
Oh, wow. So she says, you're right. I would have reached out to you, but you came into my lives asking about the money I owe you. So you were talking shit. because you ghosted her privately. So she felt her only recourse was to go into your very public lives and be like, hey, remember me? Can I get my money? Can I get my money? And you got the nerve to say, how dare you? How dare you come into my lives when I ghosted you privately and hold me accountable for owing you money?
Somebody asking for money that they've given you, loaned you, Victoria, is never going to be starting shit. Somebody shouldn't have to be chasing you around for money that you owe them. But instead, you're too busy trying to get money off of new people. So fuck these people, right?
Aye.
Weird. This person even tells you that they desperately need the fucking money.
Oh my
but
God.
You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck because you never had any.
That's fucked up. That somebody was generous to you and they're telling you that they desperately need the money. Even if you can't pay them fully back, give them what you can. $10, something, a sign of good faith. Like, damn. Like, whoa.
Intentions on giving it back.
My money.
A couple of months back, a couple of Victoria's mods were questioning things, right? This is what happens. You were supposed
These are her mods now. These are her mods. Like, hey, something is wrong here. Something is up here. What is happening?
to send her the money back on Friday. Remember, you were going to jail, desperate, you needed the money. You never sent it back. So I say, ask her for some. See what she does. Strange.
One of her mods said, ask her for some money. See what she says. Because they knew they couldn't go to her. That's crazy.
That was your friend, Victoria. And you just fucking ignored her.
Now, Victoria, a simple Google search will tell you that when you borrow something without the intention of giving it back, it's fucking theft. Google that.
Yep. That's the difference, guys. She would ask to borrow it. And again, I know you guys probably couldn't read it because it went too fast, but you later on you probably saw Villain's video anyway. She's saying, hey, can I borrow this until Nathan, her husband, gets paid on Friday, or he's going to donate tomorrow? That was usually her wording. He gets paid on Friday, or he's going to donate tomorrow. That is how she started it. It wasn't even a gift. It wasn't like people sending you stuff. It was you asking, can I borrow? That's the difference.
When the heat starts getting a little too hot, Victoria starts doing fundraisers. Anybody ever see receipts for those?
This is going to get really bad. This part is one of the worst things besides harming her own children, which she did. Okay. And that is another reason why I dislike Victoria, because I was a child who had corporal punishment. I'm putting it in an easy way, right? Because YouTube doesn't like the things. Physical punishment, all the things, all the trauma. I had all the trauma. Okay. So that corporal punishment will never be okay with me. Again, spanking, all of that, that's to parents' discretion. But closed fist and all of that, please don't close fist your kids. The hell are you doing? They're not a dude or a bitch in the streets. I never put my hands on my kids because, again, I was abused as a kid. And I always felt like maybe that was in me, right? Maybe it was hereditary to be abusive. So I never wanted to take that chance. I've never put my hands on my children, ever, out of fear that I would become my mother.
Let's talk about it.
Hi, Riley. Thank you. No, and we appreciate you. And Villain, one of her minions over here. Might have to change my name after this, but I appreciate her so much.
And I just overheard her say something, and I was like, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I hope you have a better day. And when I said that, she busted into tears. So clearly something was not okay. And y'all know me.
She uses a woman in need to get money, and she gets it all sent to her payment apps, even her husband's payment apps, and never spoke again about this woman getting the money. She said, you're going to hear it, she's going to be transparent and show where every dollar went. Spoiler alert, That hasn't happened.
It's like, oh, honey, don't do that.
Hey, mask guy Johnny, how you doing, sweetie pie?
I really wish I could give you a hug. Hugs are kind of frowned upon, you know, COVID. So anyway, like I said, I'll try to give her a hug and I start talking to her a little bit because she is crying and she proceeds to tell me, single mom, 3 kids, she's about to get evicted. She absolutely doesn't know what she's going to do. She has a job at the gas station. She's working almost 7 days a week. And she proceeds to say, like, I'm extremely grateful for having a job and working absolutely as much as I can.
If this is a real story and a real person and she took their money, she should be so ashamed of herself. If this was a real person that had 3 kids, single mom, about to get evicted, and she used this woman's story to get money and kept it, that's evil. But what she does the next thing after this is even more evil.
But how am I supposed
that was even possible
to pack like this? Where are me and my babies gonna go? She said she's reached out to all of the community help. So here's my thing, little secret, fam. Do you think we can help this mom? I know times are hard right now for a lot of people. I got her information, so I am in contact directly with her. I will be.
Why didn't she tell the woman, hey, do you have Cash App? Do you have Zelle? Do you have Venmo? Yeah. Oh, no? Okay. Can you make one of them? Takes a few minutes. Lisa tells us all the time. Only takes 2 minutes. Takes a few minutes. PayPal, one of these. Make one. Give it to her and put out this woman's payment apps, right? So that the money goes directly to her. Why do you have to play middleman? Why? Because the money wasn't for that woman. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Be keeping all receipts, keep a running tally, and see how much we can come up with. Like, what do we say? A week? You think a week's good, babe?
And then her husband is well aware of it. You hear her, right? What do you say, babe? A week?
Obviously, if something happens even more so past that, awesome, we'll get that to her as well. But I would absolutely love, like I said, to keep a running tally, and sometime towards the end of next week, take that and present it to her. I did make sure it was okay with her, and she did want the help. She said at this point, absolutely anything.
And that this is, you set yourself up for impropriety, right? This woman's not aware of what came in for her. Only you're aware of that, you and your husband, because you're not. And why don't you just use one app, one payment thing? Why are you giving multiple payment options of yours? Oh, my husband's, I'll use mine and my husband's. Why? Use one form of payment. It's easier to keep track of that way, but she didn't even have to do that. Put it in the woman's name, directly to the woman. You set yourself up for shit like this. And it's so obvious to people that are not involved exactly what she's doing. It's gross.
Fun will help. I understand some of my girls are going to get mad and be like, but you.
She's Chime's newest ambassador. Lori, too. Lori talking about Chime me $1 for toilet paper. Like, girl. People made fun of me for doing bad. Listen, toilet paper? Nah. No. $1? I need $1. Like, Lord, listen, I have shame. I have a little more shame than that.
You know. Okay, guys, not right now. I am okay.
She said, my girls are going to be mad at me because they're going to be like, what about you? What about you? Like, girl, what? I'm sorry, I cut it off. You got to hear this. This shit is so gross.
Like, what do we say? A week? You think a week's good, babe? Obviously, if something happens even more so past that, awesome, we'll get that to her as well. But I would absolutely love, like I said, to keep a running tally, and sometime towards the end of next week, take that and present it to her. I did make sure it was okay with her, and she did want the help. She said at this point, absolutely anything will help. I understand some of my girls are going to get mad and be like, but you know. Okay, guys, not right now. I am okay. We are okay right now as far as that. But let's help this mama. If you want to, if you can. My Cash App, my husband's Venmo, and my PayPal are all in.
My Cash App, my husband's Venmo, and my PayPal. Why all three? How are you going to keep track of it? It's much harder to keep track of it over multiple apps. And then they got to put, what, secret fam or some stupid shit? Because then if you don't put secret fam, that money's for my kids. This reeks of fucking deception and exploiting somebody's going through real shit. for her personal gain.
In my bio, if you don't see them, reach out to me. I'll give it to you.
I know. Yes, Susan, that's Victoria. She said it under the guise of helping homeless get winter coats too. Then the next week, she had brand new hat, coat, and gloves herself. Nothing went to the, oh my God. Nothing went to the homeless. See, listen, Linda, listen. That shit is disgusting. That's fucking, I can't with this lady.
The comment section or the notes, whatever, just put Little Secret Fam like we've done in the past, because some of the kids' aunties on here do still send them certain things. And
some of the kids' aunties on here still send them certain things. Like, what? That's manipulation too. You're my kids' aunties. They never met your damn kids, lady. The fuck are you talking about? I have friends that have been my friends for years on this app. Like, girl, like I'll call JJ auntie, tia, titi, but girl, and like we still don't say that. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. My kids' aunties, like, girl, stop manipulating people. Gross. Ugh. Gross.
They put the kid's name. So for this, always Little Secret Fam. I want to see how much we can help this family with. I love you guys as always. Mwah!
I know, Bliss. I couldn't. And listen, I was wilding in my addiction. I was wilding, but I did what I had to do to support my habit. Yeah. Are there? So there's that.
See how honest you are about it. How about that? Next, we're going to talk about the funeral auction that Victoria.
This one's worse. Trigger warning, guys. Okay, I think I'm going to end it after this. This one's pretty bad.
It did for an infant that passed away. That her husband worked with the family. Victoria, why does it not match? Because your mod said that you raised about $700, right? The police report.
So Victoria, there was a woman, may her baby rest in peace, lost her baby. And this woman had a GoFundMe and everything. Victoria, Captain Saver, I'm not going to call the woman a hoe, but you know, right? One of those, savior complex. I'm going to save the world, one kid at a time. These fucking fake ass people. It's not saving anybody but their fucking addiction. Anyway, she, instead of endorsing the woman's GoFundMe to pay for funeral expenses for her baby, she gets money. Her mods, Victoria's mod, says she collected $700. Victoria kept saying different amounts, 3 something, then 2 something. The amounts kept changing that she said she collected. And then she goes to the funeral home and gives them less, tells the mom, the grieving mom, mind you, okay, her baby's not even buried yet. It's for burial, that she had $150. She only gave the funeral man, I don't know if it was the director, whomever, $120. She showed a bunch of 20s, like $150. That would have to be a 10 or singles or 5s, right? All 20s doesn't equal $150. This lady, bro.
That you filed said that Sarah was saying you owed her $400, but this is all that was discussed about this situation. So I'm confused. Oh, and the people that won the auction didn't get their items.
And so she did an auction and nobody got their items either. Gross.
But he spoke to that family, Victoria, and it's weird. Here's another fucking number. Weird.
She said 3 something there. She keeps changing the amount. That's fucking crazy.
Math don't math, babe. Hate to tell you, but the math don't math. And
we got a 3,000 funeral to pay for tomorrow. This is the mom. This is the mom in black. I just knew something was off about it, the whole thing, and it makes me sick to see y'all have enough heartache going on to be scammed by her. And she hasn't given us any money, just excuses. Wow. They're burying their baby. And you collected money for them and haven't given them any money. So on top of grieving, just losing a baby, mind you, they have to chase around this woman that used their tragedy to get money from people. You got to chase her around now to get the money so you could pay for the funeral.
Sad that you used their trauma.
But we're supposed to get over it, guys. Don't talk about it. That was in her addiction. Never owned it, never apologized, none of the things. Probably don't remember happening. We're not supposed to bring it up because we're living in the past. Who's another one that says we're living in the past? Get to the future. Lori, bitch thinks she's living in the future, got a teleportation device and shit.
And then gaslit them into believing that you were trying to do the right thing.
Insane.
Also, Victoria, this is your text message. This is your text message. You didn't know about a declined payment?
She said that her card was declined. When she was asked, why didn't you pay it? Your card was declined. How would your card be declined if the money was given to you? That money shouldn't have been touched. That wasn't for you. That money was for this grieving family to bury their baby. So how would your card be declined? And then she denies that I can't, man.
That's fucking weird. So these are the texts with Victoria, right? The person says, you gave him 120. Victoria says, you said 150 at the funeral. Right. I counted the money when I got home. Victoria says, can you make sure that he gave it all to you? She said he did. He absolutely did. Now, in this picture, anybody with an eye can count that there's 220 there, right? More screenshots. Weird. Another different number. Strange.
So, you've just finished writing your book.
That shit is crazy. That shit is insane, man.
Super weird. Now, Victoria, this is just wild to me. This woman lost her kid, okay? And you are talking about death threats on you.
Yes, this woman is like, hey, I didn't get the money. So basically, they're still missing money. Oh, no, she says, I'm getting death threats on me and my children over all this. Over all of this, I am getting death threats. So basically, they're still missing money. And when I asked you, said he gave you 150. May I ask what kind of bills? You gave Donnie 120 and the receipt is 120. I gave him all 20s. Yeah, okay. So that's not 150, bitch. Like, how are you saying you gave him 150 when you're saying you gave him all 20s? So it would have been 140 or 160. The fuck?
Your children. How does that work? And she says, there's money still missing. Does this make sense to you, Victoria? This woman lost her kid, okay? And you exploited that situation, and nobody has an accurate number, Victoria. No. In every single conversation, there's a different number said by you. And you don't remember your card declining that you had to go and make a payment? This woman is the victim, not you, bitch. Exactly. Maybe no one will try to hurt me or the kids. Nobody gives a fuck enough to try to hurt you, Victoria.
Maybe no one will try to hurt me and the kids. This woman, again, like Villain said, just lost her baby. And Victoria, because she did her dirty, used her tragedy, exploited her tragedy to gain money from people on the internet, and then tries to turn it around on this woman. That I'm getting threats and maybe they'll stop harassing me.
All the damage yourself. I'm sorry that people are doing this. This woman is telling you, you exploited my son.
Yep. You exploited my son. And she says, that's not my fault. I'm sorry that people are doing this. You did this, Victoria. You did this, not anyone else. She tried to blame it on the person, Donnie, that maybe he didn't give you the whole thing. So you're accusing somebody else of shorting her $30. Like, yo, I can't.
Wasn't even in the motherfucking ground. And I was dealing with a bunch of goddamn drama involving you.
Yeah.
This is disgusting, Victoria. And again, not sure what's going on. Your sister said everything was taken care of. And to just get it to her when I could give you all of it.
So Victoria tells the woman, your sister said, everything was taken care of and to get you the money when I could. And she says, no, she did not say that. Why would her sister say, don't worry about it, get it? It's time sensitive, right? She's saying, hey, I need this money to pay the funeral home. And if you collected all this money for her, why wouldn't you just hand it over? Villain's going to say that. It makes no sense. Why would they have to wait until you're able to get the money? You were already given the money. You had no right to utilize that money using, again, their death of their child to get this money. And no, she's going to add insult to injury. Wait till you see the freaking cherry on top that Victoria puts on top of this. Wait till you see
it. No, she did not say that. What do you mean give you all of it? All of the money raised was in your payment apps. Why couldn't you give them?
She acts like she can't remember who she owes. Her messages, TikTok videos, payment apps, all have the info. She just refuses to say she doesn't have to because other addicts don't have to. She doesn't. I know. What about them when they were in their addiction? This whataboutisms is insane to me. That's not accountability. That's not recovery. When you're pulled up on something you've done to say, well, this other person, they didn't have to pay people back. What? Again, personal inventory, personal responsibility for the harm that you have caused, Victoria. Not about the harm Lisa's causing, not about the harm Lori's causing, not about the harm Fulana or Fulano's causing. The harm you have caused to people. And you're right, Riley. All she has to do is look on her DMs, look in her text messages, look in her payment apps, and everybody's name that gave to her is right there. I am so grateful to everybody that has ever helped me. I can't stress that enough. And I've thanked them privately, publicly, all of that. That's how I got shamed so long on the internet, because I had some gratitude in my attitude and I thanked people because that was the hardest time of my life. But how you just expect that you're going to be like, I don't remember it. Yeah, you remember it. You just don't want to own it because you're probably still fixing to get money from people and you don't want it to come out. And it's going to come out either way. She would have been so much better served had she just owned it and apologized. Yes, I made terrible choices in my addiction, but that is too difficult for her. Just like BS Lady, all these people, they will cut off their nose to spite their faces. I don't understand that thinking. And that's why I say these women are not in recovery, and people can get mad at me all day. They're not in recovery. That is not what recovery is.
Them all of it as soon as it was done. Now, mind you, this family had a GoFundMe, okay? There was never a reason for you to fundraise using your own personal payment apps, having the reputation that you had, and excuse me if I'm wrong, but the math still ain't mathin', babe. This is what happens.
So this is the mother. So here is how it went down with her today. She showed up and went into the office at the funeral home and said she was making a $150 donation, and she went up to Donnie and gave him $120. Donnie gave the money to Sarah. I guess that's her sister. Victoria had told Donnie it was $150, but it was $120. Then me and Sarah went outside with her, and she was trying to explain herself. And I asked her why she said what she said about Sarah on live. She tried denying it. I played the video that was sent to me this morning from last night. She tried making excuses for it, of course. She loitered around the parking lot for a good while. Sarah said she was trying to get her to go live on TikTok with her. After she left, the people at the funeral home came up to me and told me her card was denied or declined. So she's loitered around. I can't give you the money because my card is declined miraculously, right? Macaulay Culkin. Oh, no.
And you should be fucking ashamed of yourself that you had the audacity to talk about your children being hurt when this poor woman's baby was dead and you exploited the situation. That is disgusting.
Crazy.
Disgusting. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Weird. Somebody on that Facebook post.
She had the ability to feel shame.
Looking for an update to my 2 cups I ordered on 2/4 and you claimed 3 weeks ago were finished. That's weird.
Wow.
I got a message from somebody saying you might want to watch out because they're going to go buy drugs. And
wow. She's talking about the parents of the deceased baby. Okay. She's now getting heat for it, for being a disgusting piece of shit that she is. Again, not addict shaming. It's about her behaviors. So miss me with that shit. And she's going to come out and accuse this mom of being on drugs.
I was like, what? So what did I do? I called the family and I was like, I am going to directly pay the rest of the money to the funeral home.
Yep.
They were closing. I called the mom. I told the mom, hey, look.
Shut face.
I'm going to call first thing in the morning and get the money. Pay directly to the funeral home. That's what happened. Y'all can screen record that, put it in fucking care. But I wanted to make sure that the baby's money was set for the things that the baby's money needed to be.
This bitch, oof. Calm it down, Cindy. Bring it down, girl. This woman, got the nerve to get online and act like she's justified when she jerked these grieving parents out of money she collected under the false pretense of helping them, and then accuses them of being addicts, and that's why she had to pay the guy directly, still shorted, only paid $120 of all the money she raised, and then says she wanted to make sure it wasn't going to drugs when she was the one that was using drugs at that time.
Okay.
Not only did you exploit the situation for your own personal gain, okay, you then caused nothing but drama when that family needed to bury their infant, but you also hopped on the fucking internet and accused them of having a drug problem?
Yeah.
When you had a drug problem. You were the one with the drug problem, right? Accurate?
Yes.
You think that's normal?
No. No, ma'am.
You know, Victoria, you get an awful lot of messages that you never produce. I bet that's one of them.
Yep, she said she got a message saying that they're on drugs. People, again, liars love saying that shit. I have this proof, never produced it. Like, what? Don't say the lie, and then when people are like, hey, can you prove that? I can't show it. Like, then shut the fuck up. How about that? Liars love doing that. Talk a lot of shit. They pass gas out of their mouth, hot air, blah, 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 all of that. Never have nothing to back it up. Oh, unless they fabricate stuff. They love to do that too.
I bet that's one of them, because you needed a reason to stall. Why? When all the money was sitting in your payment apps.
Yeah.
Other mods did pay attention. Victoria, why couldn't you just give the money over? Why are there 7 different numbers that were raised? Why did you feel the need to take that grieving family's issues and lie about them on the internet with a huge platform? Why did you use your...
She had a huge platform at that time and went on and accused this grieving family of being on drugs. Again, to add insult to injury. Not only did you exploit them, get money off the back of their deceased child, you then slandered them all over the fucking internet because you did some grimy shit to them.
Personal payment apps instead of the GoFundMe.
Exactly. They had a GoFundMe for the funeral expenses. She didn't just share the the GoFundMe. But somebody in good conscience that wanted nothing from it but to genuinely help somebody would have shared the GoFundMe.
When issues like that come across me, you know what I do? Push the GoFundMe.
Or when they ask for you to prove it, and you do, and then they just move the goalpost. You're weaponizing mental health. Fuck out of here.
Why? Less headaches. And I'm a lot more fucking honest than you are. Especially
Hi, Dawn. Welcome, sweetie.
Then.
Your hair deserves a hot tool finish.
Crazy. Liars, they have patterns. Patterns. Pay attention to patterns, okay? If I've ever come here and lied and been caught in a lie, then call me a liar. Never happened. But liars that have lied about everything on the internet for years want you to believe they're telling the truth now. Patterns, y'all.
Wow, you got called out. You just said earlier in the live that you went to the funeral home and you paid. Now someone said they've spoke to the aunt and your card was freaking declined. You lied.
See, so this is when she's getting called out for exploiting this family, right?
And got caught. And then you're begging for money for your electric bill, yet you're laying in bed not doing anything to help.
She immediately comes on the internet to beg for money for her electric bill. Laying in bed, comfortable as hell. Yeah, my light's about to get turned off.
let me just lay back and kick back a little bit. You know, my light's about to get turned off. Dig deep in your pockets, y'all, because it's exhausting laying in my bed. Like, what the fuck?
Up your damn self.
Fucking weird that everybody remembers the card being declined. It's in your text message, but you still deny and.
Or when the proof is right in their face and they say, well, I still don't believe it. I believe the lie. Yeah. You fit right in with the liars.
And say, what about a card being declined? Girl, all the proof leads to the card being declined. And still, all these years later, and you're still not honest about it.
That's the problem. Again, full circle. All these years later, she still lies about it. So when people are like, why you keep bringing up her past? Because she still lies about it. And again, because she was in addiction does not diminish the harm she caused to that family. But they're supposed to get over it because she was in addiction. Put yourself in the place of these people that were hurt, because I do. The people that I've hurt, I put myself in their place. I don't say, well, yeah, y'all got to accept it. I was in addiction. No, I understand what I've done to them. And it hurts my heart, the harm that I did to people I care about. Genuinely, it does.
You don't think you owe amends there?
Hey, Miss Liability. How you doing, sweetie pie?
I guess not. God, I really hope that nobody takes your version of recovery.
Or sage. I know I need some sage. I need to do a house cleansing. I think we had one time. I almost caught myself on fire. I think my son thought he could make one with some newspaper. Like, that's not sage, you asshole. Try to almost lit my up on fire, dumbass. Like, I know how to make sage. No, the fuck you. Newspaper, dude. Like, that's not sage, dumbass.
And tries to mimic it because it is fucking wild what you think recovery is. You couldn't even DoorDash legally. You were driving around on a suspended license, high as fuck, risking other people's lives, right?
That's so dangerous. Driving under the influence with a suspended license while door dashing. People that want to drive under the influence not only endanger their lives, they endanger everyone else on the road, on the streets, on bicycles. Insane.
You couldn't even do that, honestly. You couldn't even.
Amazon has bundles for sale. Yeah, I might need some. I might need to cleanse this house because we have an attic up there and I'm scared to death of it. and I'm alone. Let me not scare myself because I'm alone. And my Stormy, she's a husky. She might as well be a little teddy bear because she's not guarding a damn thing. If something happens, I'm gonna have to guard her ass because she's not guarding a damn thing. There's always sounds up there. Like we have a loft up there and there's an attic up there. And listen, don't start with no sounds, attic. Okay? Let's be friends right now. Let me not even talk about it because I'm gonna scare myself.
Fucking DoorDash or Instacart legally. Even there had to be.
Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate you.
Some type of deception, which was brought up in your local Facebook group, right? Now, enjoy this, what seems to be a never-ending compilation of Victoria's begging throughout the years.
Yes. Yesterday when I was online.
So this is her never asking. This is her never asking on the internet.
I had said something about my brakes because somebody on live asked me, what's that sound? It's metal on metal.
Of course they did. Somebody is always asking you. It is the most.
Can somebody in this chat ask me, what's that sound? It's my stomach growling. Anybody want to DoorDash me a frappe? Somebody ask me. Ask me. What's that? What's that sound? Oh, that's my stomach, guys. I'm starving. I haven't eaten for 4 months. Like, what are we doing? The fuck are we doing?
You have the.
I understand, Dawn. Don't worry about it, girl. If you had bad juju in your house, Stormy would that. I know. She would, right? She's laid out over there by the door. I know. She would. You're right. Animals could sense bad energy. That's why I pay attention to her a lot. If her ears perk up and she's perk up. English, Cindy. Puñeta. If her ears perk up, then I pay attention. I'm like, and she started looking around like, where the hell are you looking? Stormy, what are you looking at? Girl, don't scare me because I will run out. Somebody asked me the time I ran out the house. And then I was like, oh shit, Stormy. I had to run back in. I ran the fuck out. left Stormy here, and I got down to the first floor. I was like, Stormy, shit. Run back up and get my dog.
Do that. Somebody asked me to do that.
What's that sound? That's my stomach, Teresa.
Where's the proof? Because especially if it's coming out of your mouth, we're gonna need to see some proof, and like real proof, not like manufactured, like liar bosses proof, you know?
Right? My brakes are completely metal, on metal.
Maybe you should have thought about driving around sober then, huh? I don't know, call me crazy, but like the very least you could do.
Right, that's why her shit is like metal on metal. You're driving around under the influence, like, girl.
Is not drive around with your fucking eyes closed.
I did not ask for donations for that.
Hold on, before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one platform that replaces all of these. I'm talking about live scheduling, time tracking.
Run up the house. Y'all, Villa is going to show Victoria's face.
More than I can handle, right? I was trying to wait until the kids weren't around so that I could tell y'all, but yeah, they won't leave my side. But today, while I was changing Owen at Walmart, I guess my wallet fell out of my purse. I mean, out of the diaper bag. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, she doesn't even have to say anything. Yo, Villain is so expressive. She doesn't even have to say a fucking word, and you already know what she's thinking. That was like her shock face.
Until I went to go pay at the register. And as soon as I realized it, I ran back to the bathroom. My wallet was there, missing absolutely all the cash that was inside. They took everything, all the cash. They didn't take any of my cards or anything like that.
That's convenient. How many wallets was this? You know, seems to be a really frequent occurrence for you.
Yes.
No accountability, though. No, fuck that. You didn't use any of that money on drugs, right? No.
No, fuck that.
The cops reviewed the cameras and said that there had only been 3 people in the bathroom, but obviously they didn't see who took it.
Thank God for the Freedom of Information Act. Any idea why there wouldn't be a police report about any stolen wallet, as a matter of fact? Do you know what's a sign of deception, Victoria? Over-explaining.
Yep.
You do a lot of that.
Whoever took it took the cash out of it and laid the wallet back down on the floor. Almost $1,000, y'all.
Almost $1,000. Why are you walking around? I don't even know why I'm finishing that sentence, because that shit is bullshit. It's bull. She did not have no $1,000 in the wallet. Any of you guys carry around with $1,000 in your wallet? JJ, hey, Daddy Warbucks. JJ, the rich one. Do you carry around with $1,000 in your wallet in cash, JJ? Inquiring minds want to know, girl. What the fuck?
Maybe you should have gone with a more believable amount, because, girl, let's be serious here. You ain't never had $1,000 in cash in your wallet in your fucking life.
What? The only time I've had like $1,000 in my wallet was during taxes. That's like my flex time. Tax season is flex time. I get a big ass fan of 20s and 100s. Look at myself in the mirror like, girl, you better enjoy this money. That shit is pew, 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 bills. Like, shit, man. It's the only time I've seen that kind of money. Taxes.
Buddy, help. I can't, Nathan.
Then we need to get off your life until you do.
You see how she's crying? It's like lagrima, like kids cry like that. Like, girl, why would you press live? Her husband is saying, get off live until you calm down. So this says you did this for hours, and at the end of it all brought up a phone bill that had a balance of over $1,000, and you raised it all in one broadcast. Well played. Oh shit. So she came on crying and got $1,000 in this one live. Wow.
You got to go fuck yourself on TikTok.
And she's owed bills so much and come to the internet. $800 for a bill. Like, girl.
I came to y'all a few days ago saying my kids needed Chromebooks for school.
You need me to put that Chromebook?
Chromebooks. Kids. Not singular. Plural. Kids. Not a kid and a Chromebook. Chromebooks. Fuck. They give those in school. My son had his own Chromebook. Yeah. It had the damn school name on the bottom. Make sure you didn't steal that shit. And we gave it back. They give you those laptops. They do, because my sons had one each.
Quote in here, oh no, I will say it again. All of the Chromebooks for your children,
right?
That is,
Yes.
except
you hear my stomach growling, the tears. I'm crying on the inside. Help me, help me. I need a new eyeshadow palette. Why should I have to buy it and pay for it myself? I'm gonna cry, and because I don't want it. I need a new eyeshadow palette. Because don't worry about the 400 I have. You don't be counting my damn pockets. Don't worry about what I already got. I need a new one. Okay. And since you guys dare watch me, you owe me money for daring to even sit in my live. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
One, what we're given by the school district. The other one,
all 3 of my kids got their Chromebooks from school. Right. We didn't pay for it either. Each of my sons got their own laptop, during COVID, especially because they were doing virtual schooling and they needed to have their equipment. I had to go into the school with a mask and all of that and sign for them and be accountable for them and then turn them back in, when it was summertime. And every year that way until it was over, So, and she says this so confidently, like, girl, what? And I had a laptop. My son had a laptop. I bought him an expensive gaming laptop with my tax one year because I used to, when my sons were younger, I used to get a tax credit for them. And I always felt like that money belonged to them. Like I'm claiming them. They're my minors. So I always got them something nice. I really did. Every year, and that's not a lie. My sons can tell you. I always got them something extravagant. And then I paid bills and did everything else. But my sons always got something extravagant because I claimed them. I don't know, they were minors, but I got them something that I couldn't afford otherwise, right? Paying bills, going to work. So taxes were when I would splurge something big. So I bought one of my sons a gaming laptop because that's what he wanted. But he couldn't use that for school. So he had to have the one that the school issued because they had certain programs and all of this stuff. So they gave it to us for free, It
was purchased by somebody else, not you.
Hi, Robbie Lee. And since Victoria's on government assistance, she doesn't even have to pay for the insurance or repairs. Wow. Right? Sunshine State of Mind, you and me both. Let's get Vera a palette. Vera has 20-year-old white eyeshadow. Vera will kick my ass. I ever send her eyeshadow palette, she will text me and curse my ass out. I didn't know how I was going to make that happen. The school has let my kids keep the Chromebooks even over the summer. Oh, yeah, that's true. Because they had to do school and stuff. But I remember, I guess that's true. I don't know. I don't remember I know I had to turn it in at one point. Maybe it's when you graduated. I'm not going to know. It was a long time ago.
But with the help of some really amazing people, we raised enough money for the first Chromebook.
Where'd all that money go to?
For real.
If not Chromebooks.
That's crazy.
You didn't divert funds, though.
James Charles, please. Listen. I know people hate James Charles, but that palette is still iconic. I had that palette and my ex sold it, stole it. I had to restock on all my palettes because my ex would he would be like the little burglar with the tiptoeing in, snatching a palette, Pat McGrath, my fucking Urban Decay, my Lunar Beauty, my Natasha Denona, my Morphe. I had the Jaclyn Hill, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill, you guys know, the 1 and 2 iconic palettes, the James Charles iconic palette. He took all them shits. I have none of those iconic palettes anymore, damn it. Shit. Where's Peppermint Patty? I don't see Peppermint Patty. The hell? Oh, I thought you said welcome Peppermint Patty. I don't see Peppermint Patty unless I see it. Hi, Peppermint Patty. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. I just want to make sure.
Where'd all that money go?
Where did all that money go?
Just asking.
Yeah, right.
Are you really the last person to find out about this skip ads forever?
Villain just says what we're all thinking. I swear to God. It's like I'm just repeating what she says, but I had to, girl. I had to.
I have enough to order a second Chromebook if I can find another one for the 200 that I found the first one for. Those are out of stock.
See, that was the little dry bag. I have enough to get a $200 one, but those are out of stock. So why would you even say that sentence in the first place? You know, well, the Chrome, all she had to say was the Chromebook I wanted to get is out of stock, but she made sure to say the $200 one is out of stock. So I need more money. Thank you for helping me get the 200 plus the other 200 that I got, but you gotta, you know, dig deeper. The fuck?
Where'd that money go?
Hey, Kelly girl, how are you?
Just asking, since we're being honest
Right?
these days, right?
Right? Yeah. Accountability, you know, all the honest recovery things we're doing, right?
They have chili to eat at least. But if I can get enough for my phone to be paid, even if it's I have to pay somebody back or whatever, like
I guess or whatever, since you really
bro, what the actual fuck, dude?
don't pay anybody back. I'm sorry, but like, girl, if I have to pay you back, but then 4 years later, when you're asking me for the money, I'm just gonna say I don't remember.
Right?
The fuck?
work it off. I don't know. But I have to come up with $307.
300. Who owes that much on a phone bill? A cell phone bill. She not only wants you to pay hers, everybody in the house. Everybody in the house. Bitch, you never heard of $50 phone bills? How is it $300 for cell phone? You guys dig deep. Me, my husband, my kids, you're paying all our phone bills. Our family plan. Like, what?
You know what's wild to me is that you did this often. Large amounts of money, right? Not like...
Hi, Shauna. How are you, sweetie? I'm like flabbergasted right now. Like, what is happening?
$10 or $5, 300, 700, like the fucking audacity.
That's crazy. She got on the internet asking for hundreds multiple times. Her phone was a regular occurrence. Her electricity was a regular occurrence. Her car was a regular occurrence. Like,
dude, seriously.
I do have somebody that said they're gonna purchase something that I put up, and it's $100. $899.99.
Again, she owes $899.99. That is not just her business. That is your business too, because it's your problem too. And then people like this get mad. Why are you worried about my business? Girl, you made your business all of our business, girl. You put it on the internet. People are intrusive, right? There's parts of my life people think they know about. I don't share it on the internet. They just want to have opinions about shit. Imagínate. I come here, I'm like, well, let me just have my green screen. Let me just have my green screen. And, you know, I need a new bathroom. These are the renovations I want to make to my bathroom. It costs $1,500. You know, what can you contribute to my new bathroom? Like, what the fuck? I can't. That's how ridiculous this shit is. Well, they should make it a law. People like her should automatically be banned on the internet. Warthog's gotta work it off, right? Right? The hell, make her work it off. Put her on a chain gang. Old school. Fuck that. Go break up some rocks, bitch. Work it off. Welcome to Spectrum Mobile. This call may be. This is her calling. And she's saying that her service is off. Mind you, listen to the clues of a liar. They're not very good at it. She's saying her service has been disrupted. And you're going to hear she tries to turn it off as soon as they say, or your service will be disrupted. So listen very carefully, okay? I'm going to play that back a little bit. Just listen. The lies.
You know what's wild to me is that you did this often. Large amounts of money, right? Not like $10 or $5, 300, 700, like the fucking audacity, dude. Seriously.
I do have somebody that said they're gonna purchase something that I put up, and it's $100. $899.99.
Welcome to Spectrum Mobile. This call may be recorded for quality and security purposes. Para español, marque 5. I found your account. One moment while I pull up your information. I see that due to an issue with your automatic payment, there is currently a past due amount of $159.14 on your account, which must be paid before.
But look at her smug face, like she's just doing something here. Her like, All my haters, I told you. Yeah. You should have held off on that smugness.
2022 to prevent your
See, pay it by September 17th. Damn it.
I found your account. One moment while I pull up your information. I see that due to an issue with your automatic payment, there is currently a past due amount of $159.14 on your account, which must be paid before September 17th, 2022 to prevent your...
See, must be paid by September 17th, 2022 to prevent service. And she shut that shit off quicker than her fast in a hurry.
No diverted funds, though. I never spent money on drugs, though. The company just said to prevent your services from being disconnected. You couldn't disconnect that call quick enough.
For real. Now she's going to gaslight you. You didn't hear what you heard. You didn't hear. Listen to what I'm saying, not what you heard with your own damn ears, okay? You didn't hear that. They didn't say September 17th. They said August. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. But it is August 7th. No, I don't, y'all. Y'all are so goofy.
Who's goofy? You're just going to gaslight the people into thinking they didn't hear what they just heard, right?
Yeah.
Typical Victoria.
It's August. I don't know.
August 7th, y'all. Y'all did not hear September 17th. Stop lying on the girl.
Oh, hold on. I'm telling you, no, guys. No, hold on.
Hashtag patterns, I guess, you know?
Yeah, just talking, and you've never asked for anything. You always come. No.
You've never asked for anything. The lies you tell her. Y'all part of the problem. Seriously. Don't come here and tell me I look 20 years old, please. Don't lie to me. Don't lie in my face. What the fuck?
Absolutely. Are you fucking serious? You're serious.
I know, Eldon. It's insane. The endless pockets of TikTok. A scammer or dry beggar's dream at the moment. I know. This bitch.
Were you or a loved one diagnosed with ovarian cancer after 2002?
They were serious and truthful.
You're right. I talk. I've been. You're 1,000,000% right on that. But so many times have I came and been like, look, guys, this is what I need. Give me anybody else. That's why I'm saying the bullshit that...
Okay, but sorry, I'm distracted, and Villain's going to say it too. And when Villain said, I'm like, girl, get out of my head. I'm distracted by her tongue. Like, girl, no shaming, right? A little bit. Your tongue is white, girl. Like, mouthwash. Keep it in your mouth for like 10 minutes. No lie, that shit works. That shit will have all that stuff off your tongue, and your tongue will be nice and pink again, girl. Like, listen, I'm sorry. No, ma'am.
Keeps getting said about, oh, she's driving.
Oh, ma'am, that should remind me of babies. You know, babies, when they drink, because they only drink formula, they have that white tongue. No, ma'am.
Oh, she's doing this. Oh,
no, ma'am. I know, and it's because she didn't have teeth at that time, so her tongue looks super big for her mouth. I'm not trying to be grimy. And Victoria, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the $2. Thank you. Well, thank you. But I agree. Like, I understand. But when she doesn't have teeth, her tongue looks really big for her mouth. You know, I don't think she's an ugly woman. I'm just saying her tongue looked bigger, like swollen. I don't know. It was more noticeable. I don't know.
Doing this. Oh, it's bullshit.
It's scary a little bit.
It's a bullshit. Just wondering.
People are kind of like me.
Her nose and Nita again. Her tongue and nose need to swap colors. I'm dead.
Not really for sharing all my personal business, but...
So you've always been this delusional?
I know.
Here it is.
As you can assume, with 9 kids in the home, around Christmas time, you know, husband just had surgery, all that. Money's kind of tight. Okay, let's just be honest. It's really tight. So I'm sitting down with all the bills and all the money that's in the bank and supposed to come in and all that kind of stuff. Trying to figure out, like, can we pay this bill on time? Do I need to call and ask for an extension on this?
Can I also say people need to stop going live while they're driving? Seriously. I've said that for years. People need to stop going live. You know, if you have your phone on a phone holder, right, and it's stationary and you're looking straight, that's different. But if you're holding your phone while you're driving and you continuously looking at your phone, that is a distraction that's extremely dangerous. And it drives me crazy when I see people do it. They're live while they're driving with their phone right in their hand. That means that's a left hand holding the steering wheel. That's why you're supposed to have hands off, hands free. It's so distracting and it's so dangerous.
Stuff. The hubby absolutely stresses out. And then
One Cindy, she thought you put the denture cleaners in your mouth. No, Eldon, no. What? She thought you put that pellet in your mouth and clean your dentures while they're in your mouth? Oh no, pobrecita. Oh my God.
then kind of gets mad at me. Not because I'm doing anything wrong, but for the mere fact that he can't understand why I'm not stressing. Please, don't get me wrong. I stress. Just don't show it like he does.
What? Yo, she says I stress, I just don't show it. Girl, you've come on the internet crying numerous times. Yo, guys, is she usually a happy person? I've tried to watch a few of her lives, and she comes on and doesn't say anything for a few minutes. And she just has this careta, this face. And people are like, oh, are you okay? Hey, what's up, girl? Are you okay? Are you okay? Like, they love to do this. Come on, you know, with the puppy dog face. Before they say anything, yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. Like, girl, you what?
Or like most people do.
The lies you tell, girl.
For that extension.
Not above making it the internet's problem for 4 fucking years either. Clearly.
Okay,
Oh, no.
part 2. I'm home now. So like I said, he
Eldon, that's craziness.
stresses a lot more than I do. I try to talk to him and I try to make it to where he's not, because he really gets down on himself and he feels like he owes us a better life. But we knew coming into this, adding more kids equals more bills. But we love them and we didn't want them to go to strangers. And I do a couple little side things. Like I work for my mom cleaning house and help my stepdad in the office. And I also make t-shirts and decals and that kind of thing.
If we only knew then what we know now, huh?
But obviously nowhere near the amount of money that he makes. But I'm very much an optimist. So basically, I said all that just so I can ask you, who's like me? Who tries to make light out of a bad situation? Who tries to hide their own stress to make sure Hubs is okay? To make him believe that we're good. We don't have to have anything extra. I don't want him to get down on himself.
We don't have to have anything extra. Have you guys watched her where she goes shopping for little tonterias, stupid shit all the time? She would just keep adding shit, always shopping, buying careless, needless shit. Girl, bye.
Sorry. Yeah, I muted y'all because she was talking about things that not everybody needed to hear. Anyway, so if you were not here just a second ago, please, if anybody wants to, tomorrow's her baby shower. So
Yo, this is gross too. Her daughter was pregnant and she came on and asked for stuff for her daughter. Her daughter was very upset.
she'll know what she needs else for the baby as of tomorrow. But
again, there's nothing wrong with needing or doing a wish list for an expectant mother, right? But if the mother told you she doesn't want anybody on the internet to help her, you respect that.
I'm not gonna beg you. I don't normally do that. Like,
I'm not gonna beg. I don't normally do that. Huh? What?
I asked. You don't what? You don't what? But let's talk about what Mackenzie posted in response to this clip. She took to Reddit, okay? Now, I want to say, thank God, Victoria,
This is her daughter. Let me try to read that for y'all real quick. Oh my God. It's Mackenzie. And I'm only saying her name because she said it, okay? I have not been on TikTok in almost a year. With this, I have not been keeping up with my mother's videos and drama. Quite frankly, I really don't care for it. I know my mom, and I have come to just let her do her thing. She is a grown woman, and so am I. I love her and wish her the best, and I like keeping her in mine and her granddaughter's life. Now we got to the reason I have come on here at all. After my mom came to my work the other day, people have started making all kinds of assumptions about what I know and don't know if I'm in on the scam. I know my mom begs her followers for money. She has for quite a while. I don't talk about it to her because, like I said, I just let her do her thing. I do think it's right. I do not think it's right and have never asked her to ask anyone for money on my behalf. I want to tell you all that if you send her any money or have sent any money for me or my baby, I have not and will not see any of that. What? I hadn't read this. Do not. It honestly disgusts me to see some of the posts on this page about me. I have worked my ass off since I was 16 to make the life I have for my family. I have had a job at all times and have never asked for handouts. I am a normal person with a normal job and I make an average income for serving tables, and I can't see the rest. Holy bendito. Wow. Deliverance mentality. Her poor daughter. This woman has no shame. Disgusting. I know. Janelle laughed her butt off, saying, "You put it in your mouth and shake your head like a paint mixer." Girl, those are chemicals. Oh my God, I can't. I told myself after watching Lori Jones, I can't handle another scary scammers, but the laughter got my attention. I know, I'm sorry. I try to make light of it. These are serious situations, but I try to make light of it so that it's easier to consume because it's dark, right? All this stuff. And again, I'm not shaming people for needing help. None of that. It's taking advantage of people. It's never being accountable for anything. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. No one should ever be ashamed for needing a helping hand ever, for doing bad. None of that. Okay. I don't pour shame. I don't do none of the shaming, but I talk about real shit. So, and I try to, just be me to lighten it a little bit. You know what I mean?
That your kids are not like you.
So
This one, anyway. This one has more sense at her age than you have at yours.
Yep.
And there's zero excuse for it because she was also a teen mother. All right. Yep. She doesn't want you begging or asking for things for her. She busts her ass to provide for hers.
That's right.
Somebody wants to help me, as you just heard her a second ago say, pick up another shit. She's 35 weeks pregnant. Well, she's 35 weeks on Tuesday, she said. And she's already 2 centimeters.
She's telling all of her daughter's business. Like, stop talking about your daughters. I don't tell my son's business on the internet. I don't tell you about their day at work or any of that. I give very surface information about my sons, very surface, nothing that is, invading their privacy. They deserve privacy. My sons are not on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm not going to come here and tell you, oh yeah, my son had to go get a wart removed from his rear end. Like, that's not a thing, guys. Making up that story. I'm just saying, they tell these intimate stories about their children's lives. Like, no, you having a channel or an account doesn't mean that everything is on display of your children's. Like, the fuck?
Bless her having work ethic, right? But you didn't help that much. We'll get to that in a later episode. But you got some fucking nerve for the things that
we'll get into that in episode 7. Again, she's focusing on the trial because it personally affects Villain. And it's taking a toll on her. And so she wants to do every one of these episodes is done with care, facts. And the 7th to her is the most important because it includes the children. It includes the children. And anybody who's watched Villain knows how she feels about protecting children, even adult children of people that are on these platforms. She wants to protect their children. So she wants to make sure number 7 is done with that consideration for the children.
you've done publicly and the things.
She has dentures. Cindy, she has dentures. Now she has the top teeth and they look nice in her mouth. They change her whole face. You know, she does look nice with the teeth, but you know, and then she said, again, it's about the reality of the situation. She said pregnancy caused her teeth to fall out. I don't know. And again, Raquel, I linked Raquel, you know, SauceeChicken, Raquel BG. I love her. She's amazing. She did 2 recent videos on Victoria and her point of views were on point. You know, sodary drinks and sugar and all of that cause your teeth to decay, and substances cause your teeth to decay and fall out of your mouth. My mom had lost all her teeth by her 30s because she was violent. My mom liked to fight. And because my mom was a heavy drug user and had lost all her teeth. In her 40s, she didn't have no teeth in her mouth. So
you've done privately because you
yes,
are.
I believe that the drugs ruined her teeth. Yes. She used her children for sympathy. I agree. And they do deserve to be called out. And that's what I'm doing. And I don't know these people personally. You know, I created my channel to talk about my recovery, my story, my addiction, my mother's addiction, may she rest in peace, and to share my journey. I've never deleted anything from my channel. The good, bad, and the ugly is on my channel. Anything I've ever posted on my channel has never been deleted, except for one live. And that live was only privated because my best friend's daughter was on panel and people, you know, like to weaponize people's kids and say that they're fair game if they ever join the panel. So I privated that, and it was her birthday. We were just having fun, laughing and talking. And I privated it because the Nana was on and I wanted nothing on my channel that somebody could weaponize against my best friend's child, you know, so that's why I privated it, but nothing else is deleted off my channel. I stand on anything I say. I do, even if I no longer feel like that. If I say something that comes across offensively and I have to apologize, I will apologize with no problem. You know, in the past, I said some old shit, offensive. People took offense to it. And at first I got a little defensive, right? I was like, call a ambulance. I was called out like, oh, you're mom shaming. I was talking about this girl on YouTube that used to do videos and exploit her son, her nonverbal son. And I had some opinions about that. And a few people were upset, you mom shamed. And I was defensive. And that video is still on my channel where it says, wah, call the ambulance. And I went a little ham in it. And then when I absorbed it, I came back and I said, you know what? I had time to sit on it and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the, you know, making snide little comments about her eyelashes and she couldn't twerk and all of that. I'm sorry. The valid points I stand by, but the little snide remarks, I'm sorry I made those. So I'm able to do that. But these people, I don't know them personally, so it's not messy. I've had prior beefs with people that I had personal interactions with, right? Like creators that I once supported. So it got really messy. So I stay away from all of that. I stay away from all of that. I just cover people I've never had any personal interaction with, and it keeps it from getting messy. And I can be a lot more objective because I know that I'm human. I have biases. So if I'm covering somebody I don't know, it's coming from a more unbiased place, in my opinion.
Garbage.
Let's see if my
Thank you, Robbie Lee. I appreciate that.
Stitch Fix box matches my style file. My
And
stylist tells me
congratulations on
that
7
I'm
years.
a
I think
rustic
that is
rebel.
amazing. February 28th, right? I know you don't count ahead of your time. So I have 23 years. On February 28th, I'll have 24 years. And I am so grateful for 23 years. You know, I work on myself every day. Like I said, I update my personal inventory. And when I see myself backsliding, I catch myself and I hold myself accountable. I still work a program because that's what keeps me accountable. I make my groups. I speak to counselors. I give voluntary urines. I'm not mandated to give urines. Again, that's what works for me in my recovery. Knowing that I'm giving random urines holds me accountable, you know, and so that's what works for me in my recovery. So thank you guys.
God, my tires are so fucking bald, y'all. I'm sliding. But
It's these little things she says. My tires are so bald, y'all. I'm sliding. Of course, people that care don't want her sliding or getting in an accident. It's you know what you're doing. You're indirect. This is what dry begging is. You know, you're putting out all your struggles all the time to your supporters. Like you lean too much on them.
Risk where we live. Yeah, we were paying $800 with bluegrass. $800. I shit you not.
It's what normal people, normal productive members of society, when they have high bills to pay, they get more work. They do things. There's zero excuse for the fact that you and your husband for a while sat at home and did fucking nothing while relying on the internet to pay your bills and then only to spit in their fucking faces and claim it wasn't done. Wild.
And that's the worst part. You got so much help and you never acknowledged or thanked them, because thanking them publicly would put a dent in money coming in from other people. Double dipping is fucking gross. Where you say you have an expense, you need help with it, and multiple people help you for that expense. So you've made way over the amount that you said you needed, and you don't thank anybody because you know that you double and triple dip. And that's so gross to the people that show you generosity. And that is the problem, and that is the issue people have with her. And people like her, like Lori and all the others. Lisa, excuse me, I don't give Lisa a pass, but Lisa is openly an active addict, right? And Nicole, her neighbor, tends to think that if people that don't cover Lisa all the time are coddling or enabling her, I could tell you that is not a thing. That is not a thing, okay? It's hard for me to even watch Lisa because it's Groundhog Day. It's the same thing. She's lies. She's offensive. She's disrespectful. She's a monster to people that show her generosity. But she's an active addiction. And again, it's not an excuse, but it's a reason. She doesn't care. She doesn't care how grotesque her behavior is. Come on, she said her son had brain cancer. She said her father passed away twice. She said she had a daughter named Annabelle that was, you know, emmed and found in an abandoned building. You think this woman cares? Like, but it's the people that are sober that show the same behaviors that we're going to call out. Lisa, like, I've made awareness. I've talked about her on my channel. I'm not going to harp on somebody in active addiction. I'm not. I can't make her change. She's not going to take accountability. She's not even sober. You know what I mean?
I'm like,
yes, she's in your face, Anita. Exactly. It's in your face. It's right there for you to see. Just like Maddie and Gerald Owens, right? Just like how Miss Ashy Cat used to be. It was bam in your face. And once Miss Ashy Cat took accountability, like I've done awareness on Miss Ashy Cat when she was in her addiction, lying and saying she wasn't nodding and would drop all her cards. They're still on my channel. I covered Maddie and Gerald Owens. It was still on my channel, but I didn't harp on them because they were obviously an active addiction. I brought awareness to enabling how dangerous it is, life-ending dangerous. And then I moved on. I check in every once in a while, still doing the same thing. It's triggering. You know what I mean? And I understand the channels that document it. There's a necessity for that as well. But that's just not what my channel is. My channel is not a channel that documents everything. I talk about things that I feel passionate about. And so it's different, you know?
Yeah, 300. Because that's how they are.
Thank you, guys. Yes.
Yeah. Until midnight.
So we're actually going to talk about this specific live in the lie episode because you, like liar boss over there, debunk yourself in the very live.
Y'all just ignore them. I know I'm awful and I have a hard time ignoring them too.
Doth protest too much, Victoria. You think you get it by now, but no, you still ask all the time why you're like this. Even though we've been giving you the answers for a solid 6 months, you still don't get it. You know, daft.
But
and that's what happens, Anita, right? We try to bring awareness to it, but what we do is we bring more eyes to it. And sadly, most of us who
are empathetic and compassionate can't understand that people find watching that entertaining, or finding or making people spiral that are like that entertaining, or helping them, hoping to see their demise on a live. But that is a fact. There are dark people out there that will donate to her to hopefully see her demise, or continue to donate to her so that she'll keep coming live, so that they'll keep watching it, so that they have entertainment. I don't find it entertaining at all. I don't find watching someone suffering with active addiction and harming their family and harming everyone that loves them and harming themselves entertaining. I find it extremely triggering and life ruining, right? Sorry, excuse me. But there are people that get enjoyment out of it. There are. And so there's people that are going to, because as long as she keeps getting money, she's going to stay on asking. If she didn't get any money, you think she would come on? No, she would not. She would not. It's worth her while to come on and act like nobody's giving to her. But I can guarantee you, if she wasn't making any money, she would not come on live anymore. She wouldn't. She's making money every single time she comes on live. So why would she reconsider or even think of another option, think about going into rehab when she has money as soon as she comes live? You think she cares about being embarrassed? She doesn't care about that. She may say that because she thinks that's what people want to hear. She has no shame. Look at her teeth. Again, I'm not shaming her. I'm saying a fact. Look at her teeth. Look at her hair. Look at her fingernails. Her fingernails. She doesn't even take care of her hygiene. Do you think she cares about being embarrassed on the internet? Hell no. She doesn't care. It's the money she gets. She can't care. She can't care. I know. And I don't, that's another thing. Like, I don't know how, and the system, sorry, but the system fails. The system failed me and my brothers for a long time. Anyway, I'm not gonna play any more of this. I linked this episode. This is episode 5, Scams and Begging. I linked every single episode that Villain did on Vicky. I love Villain's channel. I watch it. I watch her on TikTok. I try to catch her on TikTok too. So I linked it. You guys can go finish watching it there. I watched a lot more than I said I was going to watch because I love listening to Villain. And it's crazy what people will do, you know. But the reality is that these are people who have become so dependent on the internet for all their needs because it's so easy to come on and get every need they met. And it's crippling. The internet is crippling people. They're losing their face-to-face, person-to-person social skills because everything is done virtually. Everything is so quick, instantaneous, and nobody wants to work anymore. And, you know, they don't, why should they have to? Everybody's an influencer now. Everybody's a celebrity. They think they're, and that's why I'll be watching stories. They're like, oh, this Instagram famous person. No, they just have a lot of followers on Instagram because they're pretty. Like, what? That's not famous. That's not a celebrity. We need to stop calling people Instagram or TikTok stars or celebrities. Like, we're watering down those words. And no shade to people that have big followings. I'm not trying to shit on them. You know what I mean? But can we keep shit in perspective and stop with this? Like, the fuck? Everybody's an influencer. Like, no, that's not no. No. Oh, thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. Yes, I know. Yeah, this is the Puerto Rican goodbye. The Puerto Rican goodbye is like 15 minutes. So for those who don't know, Puerto Ricans and Hispanics in general, whenever we go to like a party or a function with our family, we'll get ready and we don't get out the door till like 20 minutes later. Our goodbyes take 20 minutes, right? We'll get our coats, get your kids, you know, then the kids forget their gloves or you forget your phone and shit. So by the time you start saying goodbye to you end, it's like 20 minutes. So it's always the Puerto Rican goodbye. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. The support that I've gotten recently is overwhelming. And I appreciate it. You know, I don't sit here saying perfect professionalism, none of that. I am a woman that just comes and speaks from the heart. I speak from the heart. And people
I feel empathy, even for people like Lisa and even Lori. Victoria, I have a harder, no. Lori and Victoria, I have a harder time with because of the harm they've caused their children. And I know Lisa has caused harm to her kids as well. Okay. But she's still sick. And it's so it adds another layer for me. You know what I mean? But Lori and Victoria, they don't accept any of the harm that they've caused their children and are still causing their children. And that was my biggest thing, the harm that I caused my babies. And that's what got me clean, was my sons. I got clean for my sons and I stayed clean for me. Because I felt like my sons deserved so much better. They didn't deserve somebody who was able to be an incubator or an oven and pop kids out. They deserved a mom, right? A nurturer, somebody that was loving to them and all of those things. And I felt like my sons deserved that. And I didn't love myself. And then after being in sobriety and making groups and working on my issues and dealing with my trauma and all of these things and taking a personal inventory on all my character defects, I started to love myself, you know? And that was what helped me stay in long-term recovery. And it's a battle every day. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I've been through a lot, you know. It's hard. I love my husband, but we can't be together. He's still in active addiction, and it destroyed our family. It destroyed our family. It destroyed him too, you know. So these things matter to me. And these women that don't understand what they're doing to their kids and are selfish and put themselves, their needs, their wants above their children who don't have a choice or a say in the matter, they make me sick. They make me sick to my stomach.
5 years later. Shut up, JJ. Shut your ass up, girl. 5 years later. Smart ass. Hopefully me and Sophie will be live. It's just our schedules have been conflicting. My Sophie, you know, she has a busy life. And when her husband was home, she likes to spend time with her husband. Like, she got her priorities in check. You know what I mean? If I had a husband, trust me, he would be my first priority too. I just have my sons, and my sons, I come live when my sons go to work. Because my sons are loud as hell. We're Puerto Rican, and you can hear my kids in the background. So I schedule my lives around their schedule usually. I'm like, hey, what time you go to work? Okay, and I schedule a live, you know. So that's why I've been doing a lot of pre-recorded, because it's easier for me to do it, you know. Thank you, Bliss, and I love you. She's my best friend. She has to say it. I'm just kidding. I appreciate you. And I genuinely appreciate all the new people that have come here and interact on my channel. I enjoy you guys. I appreciate you guys. And you'll just get me on my channel. I can't make any other promises. Trust me. My Wi-Fi is disrespectful. I may have sound issues. My words won't align with my mouth a lot. You know, y'all will get used to that. So, but I appreciate you guys. They are women now and mothers. I don't know how I did to go to work every day without help. I have too much pride and morals to beg, and I had a horrific childhood. And I'm sorry that you had a childhood like that. I can relate. I had a horrific childhood too. And I never talk about my childhood trauma because it's too triggering, right? I don't ever feel like YouTube or the internet is a place for that. Sorry, excuse me. I always say as far as I ever will go with that is that I have childhood trauma. I will never go into details. That's insane, right? But so I understand. And it took years to work through that, you know, and so I still have mom guilt, but I love my sons and I show them every day who I am, you know, and I'm grateful that I was able to get into recovery. My sons were young, so they don't really remember too much. You know, my 3 youngest sons don't remember that at all. They're like that. They don't know that person, you know, so that's a blessing for me. And so thank you. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Hey, Steven, girl, late as usual, girl. And you thought I was buffering. I was doing it on purpose, girl. I'm sorry, Steven. Yes, oh, that's Asian kung fu movies. Yes. So that happens a lot here, guys. Are we talking? And they don't match. But I appreciate you guys being here. I genuinely do. And thank you all for being here and just sitting with me and letting me talk my shit. And Villain coming into my life really made my night because I really enjoy her. I'm not an ass kisser. I don't kiss people's asses. Trust me. I don't stuff flowers up people's butts. I genuinely enjoy her. I genuinely do. And I think a lot of her points, she has a heart, you know, and she's an honest person. She's an honest person with integrity. And that means a lot to me because there's so many people that lie on the internet and pretend to be someone they're not. And you'll never have to worry about that with me. What you see is what you get, for real. So I appreciate people that are genuine and are just who they are. Flawed, know that, don't lie, don't embellish, don't, you know, accuse people of crimes and all this shit with no proof, liars like that. So I don't want to be around abusive people. I've supported some really abusive people in the past, and I will have to make amends for that forever. Yeah. I have to make amends to people on the internet for supporting abusive people on the internet. And I've apologized, and I can't apologize enough, you know? And so I'm leading by example, not doing that anymore, you know? So yes, I agree. I agree. She's a ventriloquist. I am. I have to work on my craft a little bit. I'm a little rusty. Oh, before I leave, let me show you my mom, right? May she rest in peace. My mom, her nickname was Minnie because her name is similar to Minnie. So her nickname was Minnie, and my mom was infatuated with Minnie and Mickey Mouse since I can remember, since my first memories of my mother. Minnie Mouse, everything, Mickey Mouse, because Minnie was her name. So my son knows, you know, how much my mom, I loved my mom, right? She passed away in 2020. So for Valentine's, he got me a Minnie Mouse and made me cry because as soon as I saw it, he said he got it for grandma, you know, and my sons know I love stuffed animals. I didn't, like I said, I had a lot of trauma in my childhood. So I never had stuffed animals. I never had Barbie dolls. I never had toys. Like we played with things that weren't toys, you know, like toilet paper rolls and shit like that. We made toys out of stuff like that. We made action figures out of the toilet paper roll with tape and, you know, little straws as the hands and shit. We had to make toys. So as an adult, my sons always get me stuffed animals. Every holiday, I have a bunch. My sons get me, this is a bear that is made of roses. I got that, my sons. So you will see a lot of stuffed animals and kitty stuff. Legos and stuffed animals are my thing. And makeup is my favorite thing. So eyeshadow, really, not foundation. I don't like foundation, but eyeshadow is my thing. So that is me. I missed Villain, but how sweet of her to come over. Yes, that was really, really nice. Hi, Jojo. How are you? Wait, what did my Sophie say? I'm here listening, but hubby is home weekend. See, I know Sophie. That's my girl. That's my friend. I know her hubby's home weekends, and I don't blame her. You know what I mean? I don't blame anyone. I tell everyone my lives will always be up. You can always catch me on the replay, do the family thing. Sin was with her grandkids. I get it. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys even being here. Seriously, it meant a lot. I will be live again. I'm trying to do, you know, yes, it is. It was very, very sweet. It was very, very sweet. Sorry. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I used the Empowered palette. My JJ got me the Pretty Grunge, the Huda. Oh, love it. And the Empowered, I think I got it off of BoxyCharm. I was able to get it for way less. And I love it. The golds. I used to wear golds all the time. And I decided to play with some warm tones. And the shimmer, the gold shimmer was like blinging. I was like, I really enjoyed doing that eye. I enjoy doing makeup. So, yeah, exactly, JJ. I cannot. I don't talk about that on the internet, because I did one time. I messed up one time, and people don't let me live it down. They keep talking about selfie shoulder ass on the internet because I had just left my husband and I was vulnerable. I moved over here and I was talking to sleazeball, right? And he went and sent my butt picture. It was a butt picture, guys. It was like people are like acting like I showed the front. I did not. That's not a thing. I sent them like a picture you get on the butt, on the beach, and people are like, "Oh, selfie shoulder ass all over the internet." No, the hell I didn't. No, the hell I didn't. A dirtball brought it to the internet. I learned from it, so no more internet, nothing. You know what I mean? So it's okay though. Oh my God, me too. I didn't get BoxyCharm this month in February, and I was disappointed because people were like, "Oh my God, February was the best month ever." I'm like, the 1 month I didn't get it this month. I just, wasn't in my budget. See, because I know I budget every month. And if it's not in my budget, it's a luxury. That makeup subscription is a luxury. It's not a necessity. So if I got to pay my bills first and I couldn't get it this month, not a big deal. But yeah, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy doing eyeshadow. I'm not a makeup artist, but I enjoy it. It's about the blending. It's about using the right brushes and blending, and you can make any eye work. That's how I feel. But anyway, I love you guys. Yes. I know. Macaulay Culkin. That's how people were. Oh my God. They were like, "Oh, selfie showed her ass." Oh, Macaulay Culkin. Lord of mercy. And I sent the picture to my best friend JJ, and she was like, "This is what people are up in arms about." I'm like, "Yeah, girl." She's like, "I show more at the beach, girl." She was like, "Girl, please." Girl, I keep telling her, open some of those BoxyCharms in a video. Send me the video. I could live through you, girl. Like, hey, OnlyHands, where the hell you been at, girl? Where the hell you been at, girl? Make me chase you down, girl. You're supposed to be in a Discord that we don't even have. You're supposed to be in that Discord that we are in, but we're not really in. Like, what the hell? Where the hell you been at, girl? Girl, come on, JJ. Come on, girl. Show me them things, girl. She says she got like 10 BoxyCharms. She hasn't even opened. Disrespectful, JJ. Disrespectful, girl. Right? All you see is feet at the beach. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy, Lance. But I appreciate you guys. Right? Shit, Sophie, right? Shit. JJ was like, "Oh, I have to send you another Boxy JJ." Because I used to JJ used to send me boxes of makeup, and it would be like Christmas every time. And people would get so mad. She was like, "I need to send you another Boxy JJ." Girl, don't threaten me with a good time. Get back to the secret Discord that you're somehow in without ever downloading a Discord app. Like, shit that you can just like, huh? What? That's not true, but people can say whatever they want. And again, I stand by anything I say in private. Yeah. If I think you're a bitch, I'll say it publicly too. No conspiring, none of that. Show me. And not AI generated either, please and thank you. Okay? And that's why I talk the way I talk. It's very, very different to try to create one with AI generated. You fucking idiots. Try it. Conspiring. ¿A quién va a engañar? Believe it if you want to. Ask for some damn proof of conspiring. Like, whoa. Prove it, bitch. Anyway, okay. I love you guys. I thank you guys for being here. I'm going to play my little outro. I got to work on an intro so that I could put my son's song back because I'm a little disappointed. Yeah. I'm going to teach you how to use it. It was Sin's ass. Who cares? Thank you. Remember, it's discourse, not discord. That's right. Get it right. I love you too, my Lance, a lot. I thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday. The day that de cansar, the day de iglesia. I don't go to church, but I need to. I need to take my ass to church. Repent my sins. Code. Code, I'm coming to Philly to get your ass, Code. Hi, my Code. How are you? Love you, my Code. I miss you. Treat me like a stepchild with a future not so bright. The hell, my Code. Make me come to Philly. Make me come to Philly. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Yes, enjoy the rest of your evening, your night, whatever. You know, como siempre, te quiero mucho, mi amores. Seriously, have a great evening, guys. Bye.
Sydney just let the restaurant. Sydney just let the restaurant. Oh baby, Sydney just let the restaurant. Sydney just let the restaurant. Oh baby. Sydney, why you had to up and go? You left us here with Joe, but why Joe? Are you mad at me? Cause that one time I ain't pour you water. I was busy on my phone. Oh, I get it, we ain't good enough for you. I saw a mouse at the job and I warned you. I thought that that would be enough to deserve your time, but clearly that ain't real enough for you. You told me that I look like Harry Potter. I said back that I kiss your mama. Not really, but I wish that I did. Now I'm thinking about it, I should've threw that line on you. You lucky I'm not fond of drama, or else I would've went to Dennis and told him when you saw him first time that he looked like a llama. Man, Sydney, man, you know it's not gonna be the same without you, man. It's not gonna be the same at the restaurant. It's not gonna be the same at the restaurant. I told you I'll make it soft for you, but I didn't know it was gonna be this. This is a goodbye song. This is just a goodbye song. This is just a goodbye song. This is just a